says we're live with something. Oh boy. There we go. I think we're live now. We are live. Okay. What is going on, everybody? It is Cal here from Buffalo SportsCenter. We are live with the big Friday night game. Now, tonight we have the second game of the NFL season, which will be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. I am here by myself. I'm here by myself today. That's something that we have not seen in the entirety of Buffalo SportsCenter. But yeah, I'm here by myself. It's going to be with Jaden running the show behind the scenes. So we have had a little bit of technical difficulties here. As we can see right now, I see there is a square over my head with the gray square, but hopefully that gets figured out. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. Yesterday we had quite the game between the Chiefs and the Ravens. Came down to a last-second play where Isaiah Likely caught the game-tying touchdown, but unfortunately it was out of bounds, toe on the line. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna get going here. Still got that gray box on. Get that off. We will be chilling here, and the kickoff is going to be underway here. It looks like the Eagles will be kicking off to the Packers to start this game off. Moments away from kickoff here. And we are underway here. And this one, there is already a flag, and that one is going to be through the back of the end zone, but we do have a flag. Let's see what that is on. Again, this new dynamic kickoff, we're going to see a lot of flags early on. I don't think a lot of people know how exactly to play this out, and Ron Tolbert is going to be our referee tonight, so we'll see what he has to say, who this one is on. So legal formation on the Eagles there. So that's going to give the Packers better field position here to start this drive. And we should be ready to get underway here. Move that back, set my screen up like that. And yeah, we are back getting ready to go. So thank you guys for joining this one early on. It's going to be a fun one here. Eagles, Packers, we are ready to go. Jordan Love under center. He is back. Again, got paid big money in the offseason. So he's their franchise guy. He's the second coming of Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, potentially. So we'll see. Here we go. First play from scrimmage. Jordan Love hands it off, and that one is destroyed behind the line of scrimmage. Only 4 yards there. Josh Jacobs got the handoff there. Again, Josh Jacobs, his first season in Green Bay after departing Oakland. So Oakland decides not to pay Josh Jacobs, and the Packers end up getting him. But rough start for Josh Jacobs here, a negative 2-yard carry to start the game. So we will have a 2nd and 12 here for the Packers as we roll out here. Again, this game is going to be a good one. The Eagles are favored by 2.5 points, so it can really go either way. Again, a neutral site game in Brazil. So here we go. The Packers, second and 12 here. Jordan Love, nice little play there. And that is going to be caught and stuffed there for a gain of about 4. So, yeah, there you go. Right to their number one option. And Christian Watson getting that catch. But, yeah, Jordan Love last season, 64% completion percentage, 4,159 yards, and 32 touchdowns. That was second in the NFL. But here we go. A big play to start this drive. 3rd and 6 for the Packers and Jordan Love. Motion Jacobs back to the backfield here to go in the single back formation, and really taking their time with this one. Play clock dwindling down to 3. Now Jordan Love gets the snap, looks, sits in the pocket, chucks it downfield, and that is caught down the sidelines. A good gain there to Dobbs. That was about a 15-yard gain, and that is going to be our first down of the game. Romeo Dobbs, nice little corner out route there, cooked his cornerback and was able to get out of bounds there about 10 yards past the line to gain. So huge gain there, good 16-yard pickup there for the Packers. And that is how we will start this game. We will now have a 1st and 10 from about midfield, a little past midfield in the Eagles field here. Jordan Love here gives it to Josh Jacobs. Jacobs gets a couple yards, barrels through, and is able to get maybe 4 or 5 there before getting wrestled to the ground by that Eagles defense. It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. Again, the Packers are a team that, they have high expectations this season. Some people are saying they're going to make a deep playoff push. The Eagles are kind of on the opposite trajectory. Definitely still a team that could finish in the top percentage of the NFL. But again, it looks like they kind of missed their window there, their mini window with Hurts. But we'll see. Again, they still have a ton of talent on that offense. So we'll see what happens there. But here we go. 2nd and 6 for the Packers. Jordan Love taking his time again, letting that clock run to 5-4. Handoff to Jacobs there. Jacobs gets stuffed at the line, and he is going nowhere. We will have another 3rd and 6 here. Big stop by Bond there on the defense. And the Eagles, their run defense has looked good so far this game, but that big play to Dobbs has been the catalyst there. And hurry up offense here, and the Packers are taking a deep shot towards the middle of the field. We got multiple flags, but it is caught, and he escapes the tackle all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. There it is. Reed with the touchdown for the Green Bay Packers. We have multiple flags out there. I'm assuming it's too many men by the defense. Reed Blankenship was trying to get off the field, and there's multiple flags, though, so let's see what the refs have to say about this one. But it looks like that might have been a touchdown for the Packers. Oh, and there is an offensive foul. Fouls by both teams offset, and that will take the points off the board. We will have to replay 3rd down. They're going to say 12 men on the field for both teams. That's something you rarely see. The Packers were really trying to play that hurry-up offense and catch the Eagles with too many men, but in doing so, they caught themselves with too many men. Oh, my goodness. So that takes an early touchdown off the board here. Unfortunate for the Packers, but it is what it is, and we will have another 3rd down attempt coming up. Again, we're taking a look at this replay here, and yeah, they just lined up with 12 guys, so a little bit too quick for both teams. It's early in the season. So here we go, 3rd and 6. Eagles show some pressure. They're bombing it up again. That went down the sidelines, incomplete. Good defense there from Mitchell and that Eagles defense, and the Green Bay Packers will have to punt now. And Mitchell's chirping over on the sideline to Watson, and Watson's giving some back, but looks like Jordan Love might be staying out there. Let's see. 4th and 6 from, again, the 45-ish of the Eagles territory. Be a ballsy move to go for this one. And, yeah, Watson just wasn't able to get around Mitchell there for the ball. But, yeah, the clock's ticking down here. 10 seconds to go on the play clock, and it looks like the Packers are going to go for this one. But they're still in a huddle. They're going to have to use a timeout here, an early timeout used by the Green Bay Packers. And, again, I don't know if they're going to go for this, but, they've already wasted a timeout, so you think they would be drawing up a play here. And this is a huge, huge play early on in the season for the Green Bay Packers. And there's Dom on the sidelines there, guarding Nick Sirianni with his life. But, yeah, again, we look at the replay here, and again, 12 guys lined up on both. They caught the Eagles with 12 guys, one guy running off. But the Packers lined up with 12 guys, and they weren't even, trying to get anyone off. That was just a hodgepodge of mistakes there. And unfortunately for the Packers, that could have been a huge play, could have got them on the board here, but it did not. We will have a 4th and 6 now after the Packers called their timeout. And it looks like Jordan Love is staying on the field with the offense. So a massive play to start this game. Again, this game is in Brazil. Neutral site. Again, there's a lot of Eagles fans there, a lot of Packers fans made the trip, and again, a lot of neutral fans that are just going to watch some football that live in the Brazil area. But here we go, 4th and 6, big play for the Green Bay Packers. Play clock going down to 8. Jordan Love takes the snap. There's a flag, and it is whistled down, and it looks like we're going to have probably a false start here. The refs are going to talk it over here, but it looked to be a false start. And yes, it was a false start there on the Packers. So that will be a 4th and 11. So now you would expect the Packers to punt the ball there. That one on Tom, the lineman, the tackle over there. And yeah, that's something you just can't do. We saw last night in the Ravens-Chiefs game, a lot of dumb mistakes, especially by the Ravens, so many dumb penalties. But yeah, now the Packers are going to have to punt it here and, hopefully pin the Eagles deep. So Whelan will punt the ball here, try to pin the Eagles back at least 10 yards or less. We'll see what he is able to do at this punt here. Snap, and the punt is off, and that one is going to go down to about the 6 or 7 yard line. It goes out of bounds. So good punt there for Whelan and the Packers, but the Eagles will now take the field with an opportunity to take the lead as we head to our first commercial break of this game. And yeah, we are there. So yeah, I thought the Packers offense looked pretty solid. I'm not going to lie. Again, a touchdown taken away by having too many men on the field, which is just a boneheaded play. But again, they were playing that hurry up offense, trying to catch the Eagles with too many men, and they did. But in doing so, they caught themselves with too many men as well, which is a play you simply don't see a lot in the NFL. But going forward, I don't think we're going to see too many men on both sides very often. So that was really a one-of-one play there. And, if I'm the Eagles offense, you got to get going quick here. Again, a lot of people doubted Jalen Hurts last season and in the offseason. The Eagles had quite the collapse. They started off hot last year. And then it kind of started with that Bills game last year. Even though the Eagles were able to win that game in overtime, the Bills game kind of started a tumble for that Eagles team. They struggled, and then they had an early loss in the playoffs, which was quite unexpected. Again, I think a lot of Eagles fans are expecting a little bit better than last year this season, but a lot of national fans are kind of expecting the Eagles to go away quietly here in this season. But again, it's so early. We really don't know what's going to happen with some of these teams. Again, we look at the Chiefs and Ravens in last game, and again, you really have nothing to compare them to. So yes, were the Chiefs the better team last week or yesterday? You could say yes, they were the better team, but you don't have anyone to base them off of or compare them off of. So we're basically just comparing those two teams, and we'll see how this game decides to go. It is going to be interesting to see Saquon Barkley on this offense. Again, he was moved in free agency to the Eagles. Again, the Giants decided not to put their franchise tag on him, which he was very thankful for, because the franchise tag, it is a lot of money, but nowadays it is something that players really hate getting because, it's limiting them from getting a multi-year deal somewhere else. And usually it is placed on a star player. So here we go. We are back from commercial break. Jalen Hurts will take this Eagles offense down the field, and 63 degrees there, and it looks like we have fans at Lambeau and Lincoln Financial watching this game. So that's awesome to see both stadiums filled up there, or at least maybe the Packers have an outdoor party, but Lincoln Financial is packed with fans. So here we go, 1st and 10. We got Saquon back there for his first snap as a Philadelphia Eagle. Devonta Smith in motion on the top. Jalen Hurts looking around here, and he will take the snap here, and it'll be a pitch to Saquon. Saquon slips. Oh, what a terrible start for Saquon Barkley there. Again, the field is definitely going to be an issue. Again, this field is not used for American football, which, it really wouldn't be in Brazil. So that'll be something to look for the entire game. But Saquon Barkley just slips after getting that pitch, and he was down at about the 5 yard line and couldn't get up in time to avoid getting touched there. So yeah, a loss of a couple there for the Eagles, and we will move on to a 2nd and 15. So yeah, loss of 5 there. That's tough. Now, if you're the Eagles, you got to get a check down here, something, make it a 3rd and manageable. Jalen Hurts in the pocket, looks deep. He's going to go deep, and that one is incomplete. Good coverage there. Triple teamed the receiver in the corner route. That was A.J. Brown, the intended receiver. Again, he had an absolutely great year the last 2 years, and he is expected to be another top guy in the league in the wide receiver position. But we will have a 3rd and 15 here. this is a tough start for the Eagles. Again, they're pinned back, and then having that net negative play to start the drive, it's really going to cost them here if they can't get this 3rd and 15. But yeah, just looking at the field conditions, I mean, it looks pretty rough already. We got a couple ruts already. Guys are digging into that grass. But here we go, 3rd and 15. Jalen Hurts in the pocket. He's going really deep there to Devonta Smith, and it is picked off by the Packers to the 30, the 20. Taking it around and gets brought down at the 18-yard line. What a mistake from Jalen Hurts. Again, pinned in his end zone, had to force up a long throw. And the Packers, Xavier McKinney, gets a big interception there to start off the season for this Green Bay Packers defense. Wow. I mean, you just can't do that. Again, Devonta Smith, it just... not a tall receiver, a fast receiver, but not a tall receiver, and chucking up to him in triple coverage back to back. It's not a good idea. Again, might have been a little PI there, but it didn't matter. The ball was underthrown, and McKinney was able to just lunge and grab that one and then take it for some more yards. So Jordan Love and this Packers offense will have great field position to start this next drive. And Jalen Hurts starts his 2024-2025 season with 1 pick, no touchdown. So that's not going to look good in the scorebook. Jordan Love gets the snap here on 1st and 10. Eagles send in pressure, and he is going to be brought down at the 24-yard line. Big sack there for the Eagles. That is exactly what the Eagles had to do. Zach Bond getting the pick, or not the pick, the sack, and that is exactly what the Eagles defense had to do. Back them up a little bit, but we will have a 2nd and around 15 here for the Packers. Again, and we actually had a penalty there on the defense. Wow. So that's going to be an automatic 1st down. That one's going to be on Carter. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. Oof. That is a tough penalty for the Eagles. Again, that one was kind of late called there. But yeah, Jalen Carter, unsportsmanlike conduct there. That's going to be half the distance to the goal. That's something that just can't happen. Again, a very dumb mistake from the Eagles. So now the Packers will have a 1st and 10 from the 13. The snap is off there, the handoff. And that one goes absolutely nowhere. Blown up by the Eagles defense. Graham in on the tackle. Oh, yeah, and we're looking back at this penalty here. And, yeah, Carter got his hand in Tom's face there, and Tom went down. And, might have been a little bit of a flop, but that's something you just can't do after the play. Just a dumb decision by the former early round pick. Here comes Jordan Love now, 2nd and 10. Motion in the backfield. Love is going to play action, play fake. He slips a little bit and delivers the throw there, and literally nothing on that one. But there is a flag behind the play. So we'll see if there's a hold here or something. A ton of flags early on in this game. Yeah, but it is going to be a hold on the offense. Oh, yeah, holding on the offense there, and that will back up the Packers. That one is on Walker. Again, if you're this Packers team, you just got gifted an interception, had a nice little return of it. You got to get points here. Again, they've been backed up twice here with penalties and a sack, but again, that Eagles defense gave them the penalty yardage right back the first go around. So yeah, the Packers here will have a 2nd and 20 now. So this is a little tougher than what would have been a 3rd and around 8. But Jordan Love empty back here, and he will take the snap. He's going to stand in the pocket for a little bit and zing one, which is dropped. Oh, and looks like Blankenship delivered a hit right after, but Wicks dropped that one for what would have been a nice little gain on a curl route, and we will have a 3rd and 20. So now if you're the Packers, you just got to kind of get a couple yards here, make the field goal easier, and get some points out of this drive. Yeah, Jalen Hurts not looking good so far this game. But yeah, here we go. So 3rd and 20 for the Packers from the 22. Jordan Love motions a guy over Here he goes, stands in the pocket, and they're just going to do a screen to Jacobs. Jacobs now stutter steps, gets about to the 15-14, and he will be tackled there. So we will have a 4th and long for the Packers. That will send out the field goal unit and a chance for the first points of this game. I'll bring out Braden Narverson here, a rookie last year at NC State, hit a 57-yard long one and 78% field goal kicker there last year. So this will be a 31-yard chip shot for the rookie, his first career NFL field goal attempt. Let's see how it goes. Snap, hold, kick, and we are good. 3-0 for the Packers here as we will head to a commercial break. Good start if you're the Packers, right? The defense gets you that ball right back. Eagles defense able to hold up and not break even after that dumb penalty by Carter. And the Packers will take us into a commercial break up 3-0. So, yeah, interesting start to start this game. Again, the Packers and Eagles, this game, the Eagles were favored by 2.5 points, but that Eagles offense looked pretty terrible on their first drive, including that interception by Jalen Hurts there. But again, it is going to be a long game, and the Eagles offense were pinned deep in their end zone. So, the drive definitely didn't start great with Saquon Barkley slipping and going down at the 5. So we'll see what this Eagles offense can do in their second drive. But we are in a commercial break right now. And yeah, I mean, this game is probably going to go back and forth. Again, a week 1 game, we are expecting quite a few mistakes. So quite a few mistakes indeed from both of these teams. And we've already seen a lot of dumb penalties, a ton of penalties already actually in this game. So hopefully that can kind of dwindle down a little bit. Again, we hate seeing games controlled by penalties and the refs, but it does happen a lot early on in the NFL season. And some could argue it happens a lot in the playoffs as well when they, try to control games like that. That is what we like to see in the Mets game. But yeah, we are 3-0 here, still at a commercial break. Still at a commercial break indeed. Real Deal Prime in the chat. Sabres hockey history will be made. I hope so. Again, it's going to be a great year for Sabres hockey. I cannot wait to stream Sabres games consistently on this channel. But again, this is football season, and we are live with the second game. And speaking of that, here we go. The kickoff to get us going. Again, that'll be kicked off by the Packers. And we'll see. Again, we saw a lot of touchbacks last night. We'll see if that trend continues tonight, or if these Eagles and Packers players want to get a couple return tries, because again, it is easier, I guess, somewhat easier to return the ball this year with the dynamic kickoff rules. But here we go. We will get going again. Packers will kick the ball off. It's going to be a little bit of a squib, and that one lands and bounces off an Eagles player. He struggles with it, but picks it up and makes a juke move and is brought down at the 15-yard line. So kind of a meta kick there for the Packers, a little squib kick, landing it in that little area that you have to land it in. And yeah, that's an interesting move there. Able to do that. And yeah, I mean, just an interesting move there from the Packers, and the Eagles are going to be pinned deep again. 3-0, change the score. Score is at 3-0. Yep, 3-0 to the Packers. And here we go. So the Eagles now, Jalen Hurts will try to bounce back after that early interception last drive. First snap of this drive will be a handoff to Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley cuts in and gets about 3 yards there. So again, Saquon Barkley's first positive yards as a Philadelphia Eagle, and I think he's going to be a great player this year for them. Again, was injury prone in New York, unfortunately, but that does happen to players, and hopefully he can bounce back. Sometimes guys just need a new place to play. Again, that MetLife field is brutal to play on, so I'm sure he's glad he got off that nonetheless. But 2nd and 7 here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And Jalen Hurts takes the snap. This one is going to be a pass, a quick out to the tight end there. And that one gets absolutely nothing. Stuffed by the Packers defense. That was well played there by the defense. So now we will have another 3rd down for this Eagles offense. Last 3rd down was an interception. So hopefully Jalen Hurts, decides not to throw into triple coverage again. But they're running a little bit hurry up here, trying to catch the Packers off balance. And the Packers are kind of sprinting towards their positions here, but now they are going to check the play. So everyone will have some time here to reset. 3rd and 6 for the Eagles. Snap is off and the ball is loose. The ball is on the ground. A horrible snap from the Eagles again. And the Packers have the ball again. Jason Kelce's no longer the center on this Eagles team. And this was a huge talking point. And the Packers get another 3rd down turnover in the red zone. So the Packers will have great starting field position for the 2nd straight drive. Oh, what a disaster for the Eagles. They hurried up to the line, took forever. And now Cam Jurgens just, snapped it right into the shoulder. Hurts had no idea. Wow. And Jalen Hurts just had no idea there. And then, the Packers were all over that one. And Jurgens and Hurts, kind of going at it on the sidelines. Like, dude, what are you doing? You can't snap that ball when I'm not looking. But here we go. From the 13-yard line, the Packers are going to be able to at least get a field goal here. But we're gonna have a nice little handoff here to Josh Jacobs. Jacobs makes one move, and he has about 7 yards there on the carry. But there is a flag in the backfield. It looks like this one's going to be coming back on a holding call. Yep, holding on the offense. So, again, the Packers cannot get the ball forward. They keep having these penalties. That's 2 drives in a row. That one is on Tyler Kraft or Kraft. Yeah, Kraft. I almost said Croft, the old Bills player, but no, that one is on Kraft. Or Tucker Kraft there. Again, I always get him confused with Tyler Croft because he was on the Bills. What's going on, Slade, in the chat? Again, first solo stream. Let us know in the chat how the sound is, how the audio is, how the visuals are. Again, this one is run by Jaden, so it will be a little bit different than our duo streams with Don. We're going to be streaming a lot more, so this is really a sort of a test stream to see how this one goes. But here we go. 1st and 20. It's going to be a swing pass out to Jacobs. Jacobs. It's a good amount there, and that was not Jacobs. That is going to be Weeks. And yeah, that was a good gain there for the Packers. Again, a kind of a little bit of trickery there. Yeah, Reed there with the catch. Yeah, they moved Wicks over a little bit there, and were able to get that swing pass, made Blankenship miss, and was eventually tripped down there. So we are going to have a 2nd and 11. Good gain of 9 there on 1st down. We'll see what the Packers could do with the 2nd and 11. 4 seconds left on the play clock. They motion Reed over, and Love is going to chuck a slant, and that one is caught, and he falls down there 1 yard short of the line to gain there. That would be Romeo Doubs with the catch there. So we are going to have a 3rd and 1 here from the 8-yard line. And now we have a stoppage here. I don't know if somebody called a timeout or if they're going to review this play. Looks like they are going to review this play to see if it was a 1st down. From my angle up here, it looked like it was going to be, and they are going to mark it a yard short. So, 3rd and 1 here. The clock will continue now. Packers all bunched up. Probably going to run it right up the middle with Jacobs here. Let's see what they do. They do, in fact, do that, and that gets stuffed 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. So it'll be a 4th and short here. Now another decision. Do the Packers decide to go for this one? Matt LaFleur, again, has had some good seasons with the Packers. He's, kind of a coach that likes to go for it sometimes. So let's see. It looks like the offense is going to stay out there. Not impressed by the Eagles offense whatsoever. They're not afraid to give them the ball pinned again. So they are going to go for this one. 4th and 2. And Nick Sirianni looks worried on the sidelines here. But here we go, a 4th and 2. Again, the clock already down to 7 seconds on the play clock. See if they get this one off. They do, and it's going to be another handoff. And that one is, Oh, right at the line to gain. It looks like he might have just inched over it. Josh Jacobs with the carry. The initial spot looks like it's going to be a first down, but they might bring out the sticks to measure this one. And they're going to call it a first down on the field. So no need to measure it. Just barely got that as they ran pretty much the same play. They're just a halfback draw up the middle. Jacobs was able to make 2 defenders miss. And by the time he got brought down there, he was able to get the line to gain. Again, a very ballsy decision there from Matt LaFleur and the Packers offense, but able to get the play there. And we will have a 1st and goal with 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And now we will have the play clock run out, and it looks like did we get a timeout here from the Packers? Yes, they did. So the Packers have already used 2 timeouts this game. That is just not good at all. Packers cannot be doing that. It's similar to the Ravens, but the Ravens did it in the second half last night. They wasted 2 timeouts really early in the second half. Again, that ended up costing them at the end of the game. Check some other scores for some other leagues here as we have this timeout. In the chat, let me know where you guys watching from. Say hello in the chat. Let me know how the audio sounds, how you like the visuals. Again, this is somewhat of a test stream. This is our first solo stream with Jaden running it behind there, and yeah, it's gonna be a learning experience for sure. This is just the beginning, and again, Don will be on a lot of duo streams as well with him running it, but. This is definitely going to be a good game. A huge drive here for the Packers. I mean, they need to get this ball in the end zone and take advantage of these 2 turnovers. So let's see what happens here. 1st and goal. We're back on the field. Jordan Love takes a snap. He's going to throw a little bit of a fade route there. It is caught and dropped. Christian Watson had it. He thought he caught it, but it got bounced out. He thought he had enough on it. And there also is a flag. So let's see if that's it's going to be pass interference on the offense. Another killer penalty for the Green Bay Packers. They cannot keep shooting themselves in the foot. Let's take a look at this one here. I believe it was going to be they're going to call a pick play there. Yep, clear as day. A pick play there, and it wouldn't have even resulted in a touchdown. But that is a killer for the Packers offense, and that'll back them up another 10 yards. The graphic here still says 1st down or 1st and 10. So I don't know if that's incorrect or if that penalty was from the spot. Yeah, it definitely backed them up. Yeah, 1st and goal from now to 13. Packers will just do a little play fake there. Jordan Love rolls out. He's going to find his receiver there. And that is a nice catch there all the way down to the 5-yard line again. So there we go. The Packers get Kraft there with a little dump off play, a nice little fake to Jacobs there, roll out, and Kraft is wide open for a good gain there, a little bit of yak, and that'll be a 2nd and goal and manageable, very manageable for this Packers offense. Again, the Packers, they got to take advantage of this fumble. Again, this Eagles offense without Jason Kelsey at center is going to be a struggle, at least to start. But here we go. 2nd and goal. Clock winding down to 4 seconds. Love, play fake to Jacobs, rolls out, can't find anyone, and throws that one out of bounds out of the back of the end zone. So we will have a big 3rd and goal coming up for this Green Bay Packers offense. Probably the smart play here. Again, you're right on the doorstep of a touchdown. You don't want to throw any dumb passes here and risk an interception. Didn't look like anyone was open there. That was some good coverage from the Eagles. And Jordan Love definitely with the smart decision not to take a sack there and just get rid of that one and have a second go at it on 3rd and goal. So they break the huddle here. Jordan Love scanning the field here as he is getting ready to take the snap. And taking a lot of that play clock, but now he gets the snap. Is going to fire a lob pass, and that is batted and incomplete. Watson almost made the diving catch, but was unable to hang on to that one as he batted it up and out of the back of the end zone. So 4th and goal. Again, another big decision here, but if I'm the Packers, I'm just taking my field goal here. Points off another turnover, but disappointing start for this Packers off catch, but just missed them there. So, yeah, good start there from the Packers. There we go. I think we're back here. Got a little disconnect there for a little bit, but yeah, a fun game, a fun matchup. I was excited about this game from the get go here. Again, you got an Eagles team that's trying to prove some people wrong, and a Packers team that's trying to prove some people right. Again, a lot of people projecting the Packers to take a big leap this year. A lot of people projecting the Eagles to kind of drop off and fall into that mid tier in the NFL. So again, it's going to be a fun one. The Eagles offense really struggled so far this game, though. But again, they find themselves only down 6 points. So it's about as bad as it could get from that offensive standpoint. And the defenses stood firm there. Back to back, the Packers got the ball pretty much in the red zone, and they were able to hold them to field goals both times. So that's great defense there from the Eagles. And if you're an Eagles fan, you got to be encouraged that your defense is at least standing on their heads and keeping you in this game. All you need is a touchdown to take the lead here. And again, the Packers did get the ball first here too. So yeah, if you're an Eagles fan, again, pretty much everything that could go wrong has gone wrong, and you're still very much in this game as we are still in a commercial break. Be a good time to let everyone know in the chat. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe. We stream a bunch. We are a Buffalo Central channel, but we also stream some other games as well. Leave a like on the stream. It really helps out. And be sure to check out the chat. As we are getting ready to resume this game, the Eagles will return the kickoff here from the Packers as we are getting ready, and the kick is off. And that one is going to be watched rolling out of the back of the end zone. And the Eagles will start the ball off here at the 30-yard line. So finally, some decent field position for the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll see if they can, do anything besides, turn the ball over here. Again, both teams have been making a lot of mental mistakes. And again, it's week 1 in the NFL. That's what we see, right? So many mental mistakes. We saw a bunch last night with the Ravens and Chiefs. This one we've probably seen even more, and it's only been a quarter, but Cam Jurgens has to get better at snapping that ball. I know Eagles fans were absolutely horrified of having an offense without Jason Kelce snapping the ball because they haven't seen an offense without him in, a ton of years. So it is going to be a struggle to start, but I'm sure they'll be able to recover as we start off this drive. 1st and 10 from the 30. Jalen Hurts gets the ball, drops back, has a nice little throw there, and that is caught. And it is going to be by Dallas Goedert, and it's going to be a 4-yard pickup there. So a good little gain there to start this drive. Again, I think the Eagles are going to have to start with some check down, some run plays. The deep ball just hasn't been there so far this game. I think they got to get the Packers to start biting on some shorter stuff, and then they can air it out to Smith if they really want to. But we will have a 2nd and 6 here for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts calling a little bit of an audible here as that clock continues to roll down. We have 9 seconds now on the play clock. And that one will be handed off to Saquon Barkley. Barkley gets about 3 to 4 yards. He rolls over, but they're going to say he was down. Yeah, so a 4-yard pickup there for Saquon Barkley. Nice little run there for Saquon. I think Saquon's decent. He hasn't really got the ball too many times here, and I'm not going to count that slip against him. I think that's just the field conditions here in Brazil, and that's the unfortunate. What's going on, Scott, in the chat? I think that's just the unfortunate nature of being in Brazil. You're playing on a field that's not made for NFL football, and it is a little bit dangerous, but at least it is natural grass and not turf. So we do have a 3rd and 1 here for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts is going to have the ball here. He's going to throw the ball. There's a flag. It looked like it was a free play. That one is caught by A.J. Brown at around the 47. So it will be a 1st down, and it looked like it was a free play anyway. It looked like the Packers jumped there. The refs are going to get together to talk about it, though. And they're not sure about this one. They're definitely having a conversation. Look clear as day. It was an offsides jump, probably by Kenny Clark. Yep, and now they are going to call the offsides on Kenny Clark. That penalty will be declined. So A.J. Brown, fantasy owners, rejoice. That's a nice little gain there. Again, another mental mistake from the Packers there. Cannot be going offsides. Gave the Eagles a free play, and I think he throws that regardless if it's offsides or not. A.J. Brown was just wide open there. So we have a first down here near midfield. That one's going to be handed off. Oh, no. Kept by Hurts there. Nice little play fake, and he's going to roll out and get a gain of 2 and run out of bounds. So looked like a nice little read option play there. Unfortunately for the Eagles, Jalen Hurts didn't really fool anyone on that Packers defense. And this is an Eagles team that we haven't seen this uniform combo before. We got the black helmets, the white and green jerseys, and then the black pants. I know with Brazil, they were told they can't wear green and all that, but I mean, I think this jersey, matchup looks pretty slick on both sides. Of course, the Packers rocking their green and yellow classics. So here we go. 2nd and 8 here for Jalen Hurts and this Eagles offense. Saquon in motion. Jalen Hurts watches in the pocket. He's going to take his check down. Smith, and a nice turn back there and get slammed down right at the yard to gain by Walker. Nice little move there, and it looks like it's enough for a first down. If anyone's new here, be sure to subscribe and leave a like on the stream. It definitely helps quite a bit. And definitely be active in that chat. Let me know what you guys think of the stream, and who you guys are rooting for this NFL season. We got 10 seconds and 17 seconds on the play clock, so we might let this one roll out. But no, they are going to run a play here. It's going to be an option play, and Smith is going to take it. Nice little screen pass there to Smith, and he gets 8 yards and is barreled out of bounds. And that is how the first quarter will end. So Philadelphia Eagles, with 2 turnovers, are only down 6-0 in this game, and they are trending in the right direction to at least get some points in this drive. As we head to the end of the first quarter. So, yeah, that was a good quarter of football. Messy, but fun to watch. Again, I might be coping a little bit because the NFL season has just started, so any play of NFL football is going to really get me excited. But I thought that was a fun quarter to watch. We saw some excitement. We saw a nice interception. Smooth gaming says Packers winning for sure. I picked the Eagles before this game. And I think if the Eagles offense can get this figured out, I think they do have the ability to win this game. But so far, this Eagles offense looks very, very sloppy. But if they could pull it together, which, so far they have in this drive, I think they can take this game. But again, the Packers are just a complete team as well. So there's certainly a chance the Packers can take this one. This is going to be a fun one. Again, last night with that rain delay, I mean, I was up late, had classes today. So it was a long night last night because of that rain delay, and that game didn't end until midnight. So hopefully this one ends a little bit sooner than that. But I mean, again, I'm not going to complain. I was kind of hoping for that game to go to overtime. So, we got to call some more of that game and had a little bit more fun of an ending. But what more can you ask from refs aside? I know a lot of people are going to complain that, the refs bailed out the Chiefs and all that. But I thought that was a fantastic game and, definitely got me excited for this NFL season. And it is week 1, right? So if you're a fan of an AFC team rooting against the Ravens or the Chiefs, I mean, I'm a Bills fan, so neither team is in my division. So it really didn't matter who won that game. So it was just a fun game to watch. And we are still at a commercial break here at the end of the quarter. The Eagles will have a nice little 2nd and 2 here when they start the second quarter. So, still at a commercial break here. Again, we know the NFL loves their commercial breaks, right? We see it through and through all season long. Again, we're still waiting to find out what is our annoying commercial of the year. Last year, we had the outlet commercial, the singing outlets with the iPhone, and the year before that was Burger King. So we'll see who really takes the cake for the NFL commercial of the year. So far, we're still waiting on that. But now we are finally back to Brazil. And this is a cool looking stadium, right? I mean, it looks a little smaller than, your standard NFL stadium, but that might just be because it looks a little wider too. It's a little less compact. So maybe it does hold a good amount. I haven't done any research on the stadium, but it does look pretty cool. And here we go. So it will be a 2nd and 1 here for the Eagles. They're going to say Smith got 9 yards on that last play to end the quarter. So 2nd and 1 here with 7 seconds on the play clock. Hurts gets the ball in his hand. He's going to fake the handoff. Now he's going to go, he tried to go deep there, but decided not to. And now he's just going to have to throw the ball away after getting hurried out of the pocket. So some good coverage there from the Packers. It looked like he had something open downfield. He was going to take the shot and decided not to. Then he rolled out and did a smart play there, throwing it away again on a 2nd and short. You just want to throw that ball away and give yourself a chance on 3rd down rather than taking the sack. And a good job by that Packers D-line. Kenny Clark, the one able to get him. And oh boy, here comes our first Philly tush push of the year. And that one, oh boy, that's going to be close. I think they're going to mark him short. They're going to say Jalen Hurts' knee was down. Wow. So the first tush push without Jason Kelce running it is going to be a failure. Only gained about an inch there. So it's going to be 4th and 1. And I mean, if you're the Eagles, you got to do it again, right? They're keeping the offense on the field. They're bunching them up again. And here we go. Another tush push. Wouldn't it be funny if they faked this one? Oh, wow. And it looks like the Packers jumped. That will be Slayton, the defensive tackle. Oh, what a mistake. What a mistake. TJ Slayton jumps the 4th and 1 tush push. And that'll be a free 5 yards and a 1st down for the Philadelphia Eagles. Wow, that's something you probably only see in the beginning of the season there. Again, it's a tough play, the tush push, right? Last season, it was just absolutely dominant. So I get you want to get an early start on that, but you can't jump it, especially after stuffing the last one. Oh, a terrible play from Green Bay, giving the Eagles a fresh set of downs. That'll be started from the 28, a 1st and 10 here for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts takes the snap, hands it off to Saquon Barkley. Barkley, big hole up the middle. He'll sprint forward for about 11 yards there. Another 1st down for the Eagles. Eagles are starting to cook here. They're starting to gain some momentum. Saquon's first impactful run as a member of the Philadelphia Eagles. We take a look at the replay here. Just a great block there. And just a wide open hole up the middle. Cam Jurgens with a good push there. Mekhi Becton. And Saquon able to burst up the middle there for a gain of 11. So here we go again. 1st and 10, this time from the 17. So it'll be handed off again, and that one is blown up. 2-yard loss there. So the Eagles try another run play with Saquon Barkley, but that one is less effective. A gain or a loss of 2. Slayton able to make up for his error there and blow that one up. So, Packers fans aren't going to necessarily let him off the hook making that play, but at least he's doing some positives here after, going off sides there and costing them a potential stop or turnover on downs. So now we have a 2nd and 11 here for the Philadelphia Eagles. 5 seconds left on the play clock. They got to get this one off here. 2nd and 11, man in motion. Looks like an RPO peak zone bubble, and it sure is. But now they're going to take the hidden 3rd option over the middle. Caught. Touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a receiving touchdown on the wheel route. And the Philadelphia Eagles tie the game. And they'll be able to take the lead with an extra point. A great play by the Philadelphia Eagles. A nice RPO peak zone bubble. They take neither the run nor the bubble route there. They're going to watch Saquon on the little wheel route. And he's going to catch the ball, come in. And he definitely got 2 feet down there. So we take a closer look at that one. Let's just make sure. Made the catch right near the sidelines and certainly got 2 feet in there. So the Philadelphia Eagles, after turning the ball over twice in their own territory, are going to have a chance at the lead. Jake Elliott out here for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick, and the Eagles take the lead. Wow, what a turn of events here in this game. The Eagles are now up 7-6. Good stuff from Saquon Barkley there, and that's awesome. A feel-good story for Saquon after having some injuries in New York. Goes over to the rivals. If there's any Giants fans in here, I know you're not too happy about that, but for me, it's good to see Saquon, and another one of those older running backs like we saw, Derrick Henry last night, trying to, have that second step in his career and prove these people, wrong that say only rookie running backs are good, and there's no point to get proven running backs anymore, which I mean, we could go on and on to debate that one. Again, running backs have not been getting paid the same as they once were. And, it is a very replaceable position nowadays. So good to see Saquon, kind of proving the doubters wrong there. And what a mistake from the Packers going offsides on that 4th and 1. Again, if I had to guess, I would assume that the Philadelphia Eagles get the yardage on that 4th and 1, the tush push. I mean, stopping the tush push twice would be near impossible. If you guys are in here now, let me know in the chat who you are a fan of. Where are you guys coming from? Are you guys all Bills fans? Are you guys fans of the Packers or Eagles or maybe a different team? Let me know in the chat. And we are in a commercial break now, waiting for the kickoff. A fun start to this one. Again, the NFL season is going to be an absolute blast. I cannot wait for the season to keep going. Again, I may eat my words there if the Bills end up losing to the Cardinals on Sunday. That would just be absolutely terrible. But so far, I'm excited, and I think everyone's excited. Week 1, right? Endless possibilities, a fresh slate for all of these teams. I'll plug my phone in there, and yeah, I mean, this is it's been a great start to the season for NFL fans. And this game, hopefully it's a back and forth battle like last night. We see some good football, but we are still at a commercial break here as we await the kickoff from the Eagles. Now we are back, and they are previewing the Sunday night game, Rams at Lions. That's going to be a great one. Again, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, former QBs of each team. That one's going to be a great one. So I'll definitely be watching that one. Again, if the Bills lose to the Cardinals, maybe not. We might not be watching football for a little bit if that happens. That would definitely kill the vibe over here on Buffalo SportsCenter. But we are back now. Sirianni hyping up his receivers, saying, let's go. It was over to the vet there, Johnson. But we are underway again. Kickoff from the Eagles. Let's see if they try to do that squib kick again. They do not. And that one's just going to roll into the end zone for the touchback. So, again, we're seeing a lot of touchbacks so far with this dynamic kickoff. It looks like moving that touchback to the 30 instead of the 25 hasn't really changed too much. But yeah, if you guys are new here, be sure to leave a like on the stream and subscribe. It really helps us out. And be sure to be active in the chat. Yeah, take another look at that touchdown, though. Just a great play. I mean, pretty good coverage, too. But Saquon was able to just get both feet in bounds and the perfect throw from Jalen Hurts. So here we go. Jordan Love back out here. 1st and 10 for the Packers. That one's going to be a play fake. He's going deep and has this guy. Oh, and it gets dropped there. Oh. Wicks there was the intended receiver right off his hands. Man, you cannot drop that pass. He was wide open at around midfield. A nice play design there. They had the big man rolling out, and yeah, Wicks just stops, slips. Oh, and that's going to do it. Yeah, he slipped down at around the 50, and by the time he regained his composure, the ball was on him, and he just kind of did an alligator arms catch there, and it slipped right through his arm. So Jordan Love, 6 for 11 so far this game with 60 yards. 2nd and 10 play here, and that's just going to be a handoff there. And, a ton of space there. Oh, and he slips down at the 45, but a first down there for the Packers. And that will be Wilson with the carry. And this field is proving to be a major issue so far this game. A lot of guys slipping and falling down. Yeah, we saw a lot of motion there, and yeah, just a good run. But yeah, he gets the 45, and he's trying to make a little bit of a back juke there and just slips down both feet in the air. Something you would not see at a normal NFL stadium. So here we go, 1st and 10 play again. That one's going to be handed off to Wicks. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's able to bounce it out, and he gets around 4 yards. So good recovery there after it looked like that play was blown up. So we will have a 2nd and probably 6 here for the Green Bay Packers. Thank you guys for joining the stream as always. It's our 2nd stream of the year, after having a very fun one last last night, but this will be 2nd and 5 here for the Packers. Christian Watson in motion. That one's going to be handed off again. That one wide open, hole up the middle, down to the 40 to the 35, and he's brought down at the 33. So all of a sudden, the Packers running game has just exploded. Wilson again with the carry, able to just run right up the middle there. Blankenship was able to touch him there at the 35, but he still rolled over him for a couple extra yards. And it'll be a 1st and 10. Again for the Packers. The Packers bouncing back pretty well after having that poor defensive drive. 4 seconds on the play clock. They got to get this off. 2, 1, and they got to waste their last time out of the half. So the Packers all out of timeouts here with 10:24 still to go in the second quarter. Again, you see that a lot early on in the NFL season. Teams aren't on the same notes. Not everyone knows the plays to heart, and some guys don't know the audibles. So again, that's something if you're a coach, you're furious about, but it's understandable from a fan who, if you gave me one of those NFL playbooks and gave me a couple of weeks to memorize it, it would not be pretty for the first couple of weeks of game action. So you got to sympathize with the players a little bit. But again, you're getting paid millions of dollars to play football. So kind of inexcusable to be, having to waste all these timeouts like we saw the Ravens do last night in the second half. The Packers have now done the same exact thing, this time in the first half, though. So not as important. But that kills all the momentum of this drive. I mean, that was back-to-back big running plays. So we see the Packers equipment guys now working on the spikes. Maybe that is Josh Jacobs because we've seen so much of Wilson in this game. Maybe Josh Jacobs' spikes have gone haywire. They're also probably trying to revamp some player spikes because it's so slippery. There's a reverse play, and that one's going to be busted. Oh, touchdown Packers! Wow. Unbelievable there on the reverse play. I mean, he looked like he was about to get tackled there twice. Jaden Reed, and just ran it in the end zone. So the Packers retake the lead. I have to take a look at the replay here. I don't know if the Eagles defenders were slipping or something, but I mean, it didn't look like a touchdown right off the bat. It looked like he was just going to gain a couple. Found the hole, and a nice little slip move, a slip tackle, and then no one was ahead of him. Had the last 10 yards to himself there. So the rookie comes on to kick the extra point. Up and good. 13-7. Green Bay retakes the lead, and we do have a flag here on the extra point. It looks like it might have been offsides. They are checking the penalty here. And it is going to be offsides on the defense. We'll see what they decide to do here. And they're going to take the offsides penalty. So it looks like they're going to go for 2 here, which makes complete sense. Now you get the ball at the 1 instead of the 2, trying to get this to a 7-point game. So take the extra point off the board. It is now 12-7. And Green Bay will have a nice opportunity here to have an easy 2-point conversion from half the distance as usual. Green Bay Packers last year, only 40%. They were 2 for 5 for 2-point conversions. That's 23rd in the NFL. So not great. But again, they got some new guys there, and it looks like Josh Jacobs is back in the game for this play. Kraft will be in the I formation with Jacobs. Snap, and they're just going to hand it off to Jacobs, and he gets taken down right at the 1-yard line, unable to reach that ball across the goal line. So enforcing that penalty ends up costing the Packers a point, 12-7 now as we head to commercial break. Tough decision, but I think I think they made the right one, even though they didn't get it. Again, hindsight's 20/20, but you'd probably want to get that game to a 7-point game if you could. Now it is a 5-point game, though, so not ideal for the Packers losing a point there due to their own decision, but Again, not a lot of creativity there from the 1 yard line. Probably thought they could get a yard with that handoff, but the Eagles defense knew it was coming and they were able to bunch that side of the line. So all sorts of stuff. Already seeing a 2-point conversion this game this season is so early on. Again, this is going to be a fabulous season for the NFL. That dynamic kickoff is going to, I hope, add some more excitement to the game. So far, it really hasn't changed much. It looks like a lot of teams are just electing to take that extra point or touchback, but that extra 5 yards hasn't really changed the minds of these coaches. But again, we'll see a bunch of teams play Sunday, and that's when we'll be able to tell what the general consensus is. In preseason, we saw a lot of touchbacks, but we also saw a lot of guys fighting for their positions on teams, trying to make that Superman play, taking the ball out. So we see that every preseason, right? All these return guys want to make a name for themselves. So, you see a lot of returns in the preseason. And then we get to the regular season, like last year, where we just see touchback, touchback, touchback. And that's why they made this new dynamic kickoff rule. That's why they enforced this. Again, I think if you really want to change the minds of coaches to not just kick the ball through the end zone or knee the ball in the end zone, make it to the 35, make the touchback to the 35. And that would really enforce these guys to, kick the ball and make them want to take it out. Yeah, another commercial break, a ton of commercials. Again, it's on NBC. It's a primetime game. So we're going to see commercials after every single drive. Again, a really good slate of football. I'm excited for the Texans-Colts game, Jaguars-Dolphins. Again, in the later slate, Cowboys-Browns is going to be a good one. And, of course, that Sunday night game, Rams and Lions. Monday Night Football, too, Jets-49ers. I think that's going to be great. The Jets are a team I think could win the division. I also think they might be really bad. I don't know. It all depends on how Aaron Rodgers plays. But another commercial break here. We are still going with these commercials. Eventually, as these streams go on, again, this is my first solo stream. So once we get, settled, we'll start trying some new things. Again, during commercials, maybe putting some graphics up. During halftime, maybe putting some video clips up for you guys. But right now, you're just going to be looking at my face for the entirety of the stream. So sorry about that. There's no cool transitions we can do, but it's going to be it with that. And is that the referee now getting checked out? Yeah, Ryan Dixon, the field judge, is getting checked out by the training staff. Looks like an ankle injury. And I wonder if he slipped down on this terrible turf. We are back underway. Green Bay now is going to kick that one into the end zone, and the Eagles are just going to knee it. Yeah, so another touchback there. They'll get the ball at the 30. They're taking a look at the Eagles coordinator carousel. Again, they've had new coordinators almost every year from 2020 on. First team since 1970 with the same head coach, but different offensive coordinators in 3 straight seasons. So, that's an interesting stat, isn't it? 3 straight seasons with new offensive coordinators. It was looking good last year until about, mid-season, and then they really fell off. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. After having a good drive, this one gets handed off to Barkley. Barkley able to slip forward for about 3 yards, and he will get wrapped up and taken down. Going to be about, check that, 2 yards. So Saquon Barkley, only one real impact run, but he did have that touchdown. And how about Xavier Worthy? I bring up a touchdown for a guy in a new place. Xavier Worthy, a rookie for the Kansas City Chiefs, had a huge game, 2 touchdowns. So that'll be interesting to watch him all season long over there and how he matches up against Keon Coleman of the Bills. Here we go, 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. Hurts is going to call an audible here. Motion a receiver, and now he gets the ball, fakes the handoff. He's got room to run if he wants to, but he decided to way too late. Now he's got to throw it away. Hurts had a good 10 yards if he insta-scrambled there and rolled out on the far side, but he decided not to. And Smith there with the pressure. That's just inexcusable for Hurts. I thought he should have took off right away, but now we have a 3rd and 8. So a 3rd and long here, and the Packers. If I'm the Packers, I'm playing some coverage here, playing sticks, making sure they have to throw the ball, for like a 4 or 5 yard gain, and then just making a tackle, Trust your guys. Here we go, 3rd and 8. The Packers send a blitz. Oh, and A.J. Brown with the catch there. He's taking the ball up to the 50, the 45 out of bounds. What a move by A.J. Brown. Caught the ball, insta-spun. The defender slipped down. Caught the ball for about 6 yards, and he was able to just do that little spin move. Take another look at this. Hurts. It was hit as he threw. Yeah, just a nice turn back by A.J. Brown there, and he took the ball all the way to the 45 of the Packers. So 1st and 10 here for the Eagles. Great pickup there. Good job by Hurts to recognize the blitz and get that ball to his check down. And A.J. Brown to make a guy miss. 3 seconds on the play clock. Hurts has to hurry this one up, gets it off, and that will be a read option. Hurts keeps it and slides down there for maybe a gain of 1. Looked like Hurts had a secondary option out wide if he wanted to toss it or maybe throw that ball backwards, but he decided to just keep that there. It was great coverage from the Packers, and it will be a 2nd and 9 here from about, a little past midfield. So 2nd and 9 coming up for this Philadelphia Eagles offense. Jalen Hurts, he's had a mad game so far, but he's definitely looked a little more comfortable here in the second quarter than in the first, where he had those 2 turnovers, one probably not his fault. Another peak zone bubble play here. Fakes the handoff, fakes the peak zone. Now he's going wide open as Smith to the 30 and gets brought down at the 20-yard line. Again, the Eagles doing that peak zone bubble play with more than just the 2 options. Again, RPOs are just, taking over the game of football. And Smith just finds that area where nobody's covering, finds the in-between of the zones. You can see the cornerback there step up on the check down route, and that left Smith wide open for a nice gain all the way down to the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 and another peak zone bubble play. This time they got pressure, and it's going to be a screen pass. That one, great move by Saquon, but he stepped out of bounds, so it'll be a 4-yard reception for Saquon Barkley. The 2nd reception of the game. First one being a touchdown. So a 2nd and manageable here for the Philadelphia Eagles. Saquon Barkley now in his 7th season in the NFL. Again, spent the entirety of it with the New York Giants until this year. Goes to the division rival Eagles. Here we go, 2nd and 5. Jalen Hurts designed run, runs it right up the middle, runs into his own man, and is brought down 1 yard short of the line to gain. So we will have a 3rd and inches, potentially 3rd and 1 here for the Eagles. I wonder if they try that tush push again. And it looks like they will. They're all bunched up for the tush push. See if the Packers can stop it again. This time it will not be stopped. They easily get that one over the line. And a gain of 1 is just enough for an Eagles 1st down. So the Eagles marching right back down the field. They're trying to reclaim the lead. We see that extra push from Goddard and Barkley, who were back or in the backfield there. A little bit different of a look, right, for that tush push. Again, last year, yeah, Jason Kelsey running that from the center position. But here we go. 1st and 10 here. Saquon gets a handoff. He's up the middle. Scores! Touchdown, Saquon Barkley. His 2nd touchdown of the night. This time a rushing one. And the Eagles, a 9-play drive, 70 yards, have retaken the lead. 13-12, can make it 14-12, pending the extra point. And Packers linebackers just not picking the right hole there, and Saquon was able to hit the hole and find the end zone. So Jake Elliott out here for his 2nd extra point attempt of the night. Snap, hold, kick, good. 14-12 Eagles as we head to another commercial break. What a fun game we got here. Back and forth action. We have an in-game update. Let's see what this is all about. There's no other game going on, so I don't know. It's just going to be some nonsense update about the Eagles. Okay. So we got 30 people in here. Thank you guys so much for joining. It means a lot to me. Again, this is my first solo stream on the channel, so having 30 people in here is hype. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps us out a ton. Again, we're a smaller channel just starting out. If you are a Buffalo fan, check us out on Instagram. We're over there active all the time. But yeah, awesome to see everyone in here. Saquon having a monster game. Good for him too. Like I said, I'm super excited for him this year. I hope he, can bounce back from those injuries with the Giants. And again, there's been this big conversation about, these older running backs, maybe they're not the move anymore, but just a great start. For this Philadelphia Eagles offense, which, it certainly wasn't a great start after those 2 turnovers in the beginning of the game, but they've cleaned things up, and they were really helped by that 4th and 1 offsides call, and that really got the ball rolling. So here's our international games. We have Jets, Vikings at Tottenham, and Jaguars, Bears. Also there, Wembley, Patriots at Jaguars, and then they go to Germany. The Giants will play the Panthers. So there's all of our remaining international games, but this is a first for the NFL, a Friday night opener in Brazil. And now we will be back to commercial here for 30 seconds. So they keep us there for a little report, and then they send us back to commercial, which is unfortunate. So yeah, I mean, this has been a fun game so far. I am very excited for this NFL season. So many storylines. Again, Stephon Diggs going to the Texans to potentially make the Texans a Super Bowl favorite. We saw, 2 other favorites for the AFC side of things duke it out last night in a very entertaining game in the Ravens and the Chiefs. But here we go. We are back to action here. 5:34 to go in the second quarter. Jalen Hurts kind of getting lectured on the sideline, but he's been looking good ever since that interception in the first quarter. Here we go. The Eagles kick that one off, and that one is angled into the end zone. It'll roll out of the back of the end zone, so the Packers will start their drive at the 30. Again, I did predict the Eagles to win this game. I thought the spread was pretty nice at 2.5. So we'll see if the game continues how it is. And Barkley, even celebrating that touchdown, almost slipped down. So the field has just been a big issue so far this game. So just an absolute back and forth game. Really don't know what to expect with this week 1 games, right? I mean, even when people say they know what they know, they really don't, right? I mean, it's week 1. We don't know anything about any of these teams. We're just going off personal opinions. But here we go. Packers, nice little play fake there. Jordan Love almost slipped, and that one is almost picked off. It would have been an easy pick 6. Oh my goodness, almost a disaster for the Packers. Jordan Love slips in the pocket and throws a nice little out route that got jumped by Nakobe Dean. Could have been a pick 6, but he dropped it. Take another look at that one. It was in his hands, reached for it. It would have been huge for the Eagles, but the Packers get a second life here, 2nd and 10. Catastrophic there for the Packers. Almost. Here we go. 6 seconds left. Packers got to restart here. 2nd and 10. Plenty of time for Love in the pocket. He's bombing one deep, and that one's almost picked off. Tipped up in the air and incomplete. Another risky throw by Jordan Love. Man, that cannot happen. Back-to-back risky plays. Looked like he was open, and that Eagles secondary swarmed it. Tipped the ball up, and that's a smart play by the D-back Mitchell there. Just hitting the ball up and out of bounds. Again, you don't want to bat that ball anywhere near the receiver because, that's the worst if you're a D-back. You tip the ball, and it still gets caught, right? You'd hate to see that. Here we go. 3rd and 10. Eagles defense has looked great so far this drive. Love back in the pocket. Again, plenty of time. He's going to try to... Oh, he throws it on the run. Wide open down the field. Nice little move there. Oh, Jaden Reed all the way. Touchdown. Unbelievable. After 2 risky passes, Love finds Reed wide open down the field. Makes Dean miss with a nice juke. And he's in the end zone. And the Packers have the lead again. Unbelievable. I mean, I certainly didn't expect that to happen. Love looked like he was going to take off from it, but then found Reed wide open. And the Eagles D-back just got, just crushed by that juke, just slid all the way down. The extra point is up and good. So 19-15, the Packers retake the lead, and we have another flag on the extra point. See what happens here. That one's going to be on the offense. See if they have to re-kick the extra point here. It looks like they're gonna. False start on Walker. Oh my goodness. What a game we have here. Again, if you guys are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Helps us out a ton. But the retry of the extra point is going to be here. Snap, hold, kick, and good. 19-14 as we head into probably another commercial break. Yep. Wow, what a recovery from the Packers. Back-to-back plays that could have been picked off. The first one was an easy pick 6 drop. And Jaden Reed gets his 2nd touchdown of the night on the 3rd play of that drive. Oh, my goodness. I mean, just an unbelievable drive there for the Packers. I mean, if you're a Packers fan, I mean, what a range of emotions you probably had to be going through there. Have those 2 plays, those 2 very poor throws. And again, this field condition is just brutal. You get Jordan Love slipping on that first throw that almost caused a pick 6, and then you have the Eagles defensive back just juked out of his shoes, unable to stop there. What's going on, Warrior? Yes, it is just me. It will just be me for a lot of streams this year. Don will still be in a bunch of them as well, but Don is in law school. If you want to check out the video he uploaded today, a little bit of a channel update. Again, I am going to be taking over as the main guy here on the channel for the time being. Again, Don going to school for law, so he's going to be a busy man going forward. I am kind of going to school for this, and me and Jaden are going to be running things over here on the YouTube as well as the Instagram, which we've been doing from day one over there on the Instagram. So it'll be an interesting change. Again, Jaden is running the stream. All the behind the scenes stuff will be him. So again, it's going to be a tough start to this. So thank you guys for joining and keeping up with us. I know it was a tricky start. We barely got this one to start on time after some technical difficulties, but that's how it's going to be, and that's how we're going to roll with it for the time being. So thank you guys for joining. It means a bunch to me to have people in here just to talk football. And it's been a very fun game so far. Again, back and forth action. I mean, that was one of the most entertaining drives I've seen in a while. And it was only 3 plays. Wide range of emotions there. So we are back from commercial break here. Thank you for spending your Friday night here watching the game with me. And the Packers kick the ball off here. Eagles are going to catch that one, and they're going to return it. Here we go. And he is brought down at the 24-yard line. Oh, and the ball's out, but they're going to say he was down. Kenneth Gainwell there with the return. So yeah, another look at that 3rd down play. Jordan Love running up in the pocket, making a throw on the run. That was just great. Absolutely great there. here we go. Jalen Hurts trots the offense onto the field here for 1st and 10. That one's going to be a read or a play action there. Jalen Hurts finds his receiver in the middle, but incomplete. Oh boy, and AJ Brown getting into it now. They're pushing and shoving, and now they get broken up pretty quickly there. But yeah, intended receiver AJ Brown there, and Jair Alexander with the defense again. He's known to be quite the trash talker. So Alexander and Brown, a matchup we'll be watching all night. And yeah, Alexander kind of gave him a little push there, 2 pushes, and then Brown got back in his face, gave him a shove. But you know, they got broken up pretty quick there. AJ Brown going off maybe to the sidelines there. No, he's just lining up wide. Okay, 2 seconds now on the play clock. They got to get this off. They do. Jalen Hurts, plenty of time in the pocket, and finds a wide open AJ Brown in the middle of the field. He dives forward to about the 37. 1st down, Eagles. It's the 2nd time AJ Brown's been able to do that little turn move, and that's again with bad turf, you're able to do that, right? Catch the ball, just make a quick move, and the defender full force is going to go flying by you. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Jalen Hurts making some changes to the play. Now with 8 seconds to go on the play clock. Gets the snap off. Again, plenty of time in that pocket for Jalen Hurts. Now he's going to bounce around, and he's running backwards, and he's going to have to throw it out of bounds. Smart play there for Jalen Hurts. Again, you don't want to take a sack on 1st and 10. Don't need the hero play there, and he will throw it out of bounds. So 2nd and 10 coming up for this Eagles offense. If you're the Eagles here, again, you need points because this Packers offense has looked really good as well. And, you know, this game has been very unpredictable so far, just back and forth offense. 7 seconds, 6 seconds now on the play clock. Smith motions over. It's just going to be a handoff there to Saquon. Saquon's going to get stuffed for about 3 yards. So a decent play there, but you're going to have a 3rd and long coming up now. So 3rd and long coming up for this Eagles offense that has had some success so far this game, but also 2 turnovers. Here we go. Jalen Hurts now making a change to the play. He's going to take the snap here. Sitting in the pocket. Packers send an extra guy. That's going to allow... Oh, Dallas Goedert wide open now on the slant. He gets all the way down to the 45-yard line. Near the 40 of the Packers. Looked like the defender slipped down. How many times have we said that this game? Take another look at it. Goddard on the screen there, or on the slant. And oh, actually, he had to avoid A.J. Brown, who was coming on the other side with a little slant. So kind of a pick play, but he didn't make any contact with Brown. Just kind of, you know, dove around him and left Goddard wide open. So yeah, all the way to the 41 here. Another 1st and 10 for the Eagles as this clock continues to run. Under 3 minutes to go in the half. Nice handoff there to Saquon, and oh, gets kind of bent and crushed, and hopefully he's okay. It looks like, all right, he's getting up a little slow, but now he's fine. But it does look like an offensive lineman is shaking up as well. Saquon Barkley will run to the sidelines. That was a gain of about 2. So a 2nd and 8 coming up for this Eagles offense. Again, methodically moving the ball downfield, letting this clock run. Sure, they're trying to get a score here at the end and then get the ball in the 2nd half. This will probably be the last play before the 2-minute warning if it is a play in bounds. Hurts in the pocket. Avoids a defender, rolls out, looking for someone to throw to. Now he bombs it downfield. Incomplete. Went for the backup tight end Wilson there along the sidelines, but was pretty much a throwaway. And now we got 2:03 left, so we will have one more play before the 2-minute warning. It's going to be a big one, 3rd and 8. Again, I thought Hurts could have had some rushing yards there. He also had a check down, would have been wide open for about 5 yards near the sidelines, but Didn't want that one to get jumped, so I understand him throwing that one kind of away downfield, trying to draw that pass interference that we've seen so much in recent years in the NFL, right? Just chuck it up and hope it's pass interference. If not, it's incomplete. So 3rd and 8 here. We got an empty backfield, certainly a throw. And it's a design QB run. Hurts right up the middle, and he gets around 6 yards. It's going to be a 4th and 2. And now it'll be really interesting to see what the Eagles decide to do here. Do they send Elliott out there for a super long field goal? Do they go for this? Do they punt it and try to pin him deep? Man, oh man, decisions. 2-minute warning. They'll have plenty of time to think this one over. And the baseball fan in me sees the Mets are in extra innings, bottom of the 10th. All they need is the base hit to win it. So surely we'll be pretty good there, right? Yeah. Let's see what we got here. If you guys are in here right now and have not done so already, be sure to leave a like on this stream and subscribe. It means the world to us over here at Buffalo SportsCenter. A lot of work goes into it. Truth says, exciting to see football has returned. Let's go. I completely agree. Back-to-back really good games so far. Again, messy games, but again, football's back, and these games are close. And a close game is a good game, right? Unless it's the Bills. We want blowouts there. Big wins. Sunday's a close game against the Cardinals. I mean, I might have a heart attack. But yeah, it's good to have all you guys back in here. Again, it's been a long off season. Thank you guys for watching the videos. But my favorite thing is streaming these games. So it's awesome to see we have a good audience tonight, and we're gonna continue to stream games. I mean, if you guys really want to, maybe we'll do Sunday night, Monday night. I don't know for sure, but right now the tentative plan for the next stream is going to be Thursday night with Don. So we will have a duo stream going on Thursday night for the Bills Dolphins. Again, that is tentative because we don't know for sure yet, just with our schedules, both in school. So it's kind of tough. And also, again, we'll see how the Bills week 1 game goes. If they end up losing the Cardinals, we might be a little less motivated to stream that Thursday night game against a really good Dolphins team. If they win, it's going to be a huge game, of course. Yeah, we are in the 2-minute warning now. It's going to be a 4th and 2 or 4th and 3. So it's going to be a tough decision for the Eagles. It's going to be either a long field goal or, go for it on 4th down or maybe punt it and pin them deep. But here we go. We're back here, 4th and 3. So that's a long 3 yards. Looks like they're going to try to go for it, though, right? Yep, Jalen Hurts still on the field with the offense. So they will break the snap here. Play clock will run, and 4th and 3. Man, I don't know what I'd call if I'm Sirianni and this Eagles team. Nothing really guarantees you 3 yards in the league. Hurts sends Goddard in motion. Oh, and they're just going to try to draw him off sides there, and they're going to run out of time. So let's see if they wasted a timeout there. Yep, they did. So they took a timeout. I wonder if they send Jake Elliott and the field goal unit out there now. Again, the Packers already jumped offside this game, so probably a smart move, but it looks like they might just keep the offense out there. Yep, get the popcorn ready for Bills football and Sabres hockey, man. Cannot wait. This is my favorite time of the year. Fall weather is elite, especially in Buffalo, and we get our 2 sports teams going at it again. So, yeah, offense staying out there. So, kind of interesting there. Eagles, they had plenty of time to think it over. I guess that was part of the plan. They still had 3 timeouts, so wasting one there isn't necessarily the worst thing. And, trying to draw the Packers offsides, which would have been an auto first. But here we go. Second attempt at the 4th and 3. Last season, they led the NFL in 4th down conversion. 73.1% of the time they got it. A.J. Brown in motion now. And Hurts gets the ball. Plenty of time to throw it. Oh! Did he come down with that? He did. What a great catch by, I think that was Smith, right? Yeah, Smith, right in the middle of the field. Whew. An absolute dart by Hurts. 2 defenders right on him, and he was able to sneak it in the pocket there. Smith went down instantly when he caught the ball. McDuffie on the coverage there. So we'll have a 1st and 10. Let's go. Smooth gaming. Hopefully Mark Vientos just hit a walk-off. Hopefully that's what that means. Let's go. Still in the playoff spot. Let's go, Mets. But here we go. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. It's going to be a handoff there and a gain of about 2. I don't know if anyone in here wants to watch baseball streams, but I mean, I'd be more than happy to stream some Mets games down the stretch. They are right in the thick of things in the playoff race. But here we go. A minute left. Got to get back to football here, right? Eagles almost in the red zone. Jalen Hurts now. Again, plenty of time to throw it. Takes his check down, which is Gainwell, I believe. Sidesteps 2 and he gets the 1st down. Oh, my goodness. Sidesteps 2 guys. Clock is still ticking. I wonder if the Eagles take a timeout. No, it looks like they will. So 43 seconds and a 1st and 10. Eagles will use their 2nd timeout of the half. Truth says the tush push plays a big part in the conversation. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the tush push, I guarantee you, was at least 60 to 70% of those 4th downs, maybe even 80% of those 4th down plays that they did in the first half. But yeah, wow, what a play there. Gainwell. Again, this field just looks really slick. Guys are, making defenders miss with just a simple side juke. And he made 2 of them there. Again, I'm not discrediting him at all. I think he's a great player. And, those were some great moves. But again, we've seen it all night long. You can easily just, take one little sidestep and, defenders are slipping and they're having to commit to their first judgment. True says, I wonder what the Brazilian halftime looks like. Oh, yeah. That'll be an interesting halftime show. They'll probably have a lot of singing and dancing out there. I know, that's big in the culture of South America, a lot of, dancing and all that. So we'll see what they do, or if they show anything on this NBC broadcast on the Peacock. But here we go. Another peak zone bubble formation that, again, they don't use either option. Hurts, scrambles, has a little bit of time, and he gets brought down. Big sack for the Packers. The Eagles are not going to use their last timeout, so they got to hurry up to the line. 30 seconds. Oh, now they will. 31 seconds, and they do call their last timeout. Smart play by the Eagles calling that timeout because that clock would have ran to at least 20 seconds there if they didn't. Again, Jalen Hurts had plenty of time, stepped up in the pocket, found no one, and then just got brought down there. Great sack. So both teams out of timeouts now with 31 seconds to go in the half. 2nd and 16, so a big loss there for the Eagles as well. Here we go. Eagles back on the field. 31 seconds to go in the half. 2nd and 16 in the red zone. On the 20-yard line, so barely in the red zone, but they're still in there. Oh, we had some movement on the offensive line, and there's a flag. So the Eagles will back up another 5 yards. Wow. That one's going to be on Goddard. So the Eagles were knocking on a touchdown. All of a sudden, now they're, getting towards the edge of field goal range. I mean, if they keep backing up anymore. Now they're on the 25, so, not too bad, but 2nd and 21. Might just be banking on a field goal here. We'll see what they do. 31 seconds still left in the half, though. Hurts. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Has to take his check down, which is Goddard, though, and Goddard is going to get... Oh, he marches forward for about 5 yards, but that clock is running, and the Eagles have no timeout. So 18 seconds and counting here. The Eagles got to get a quick playoff, and you can't spike it on 4th down. So you got to get a quick playoff here, and it has to be either in the end zone or out of bounds. 8 seconds now. Maybe they're just going to spike it here and take the field goal, and they do. They spike it with 4 seconds, and you're going to have to take a field goal here. So a disappointing end to this half for the Eagles. But if you could get some points, I'm sure that will be accepted. So Jake Elliott trots out there for his first field goal attempt of the season. He's 2 for 2 on extra points so far. Again, Jake Elliott, a very trusted field goal kicker. I don't think we're going to see many misses this year. But again, with this turf, a lot of guys are slipping. So I don't want to jinx them. A couple of 61-yarders in his career, but this one's only 38 yards from the left hash. To end the half, Jake Elliott. Snap, hold, kick, and good. Drills it right down the middle. That is how the first half will end. Green Bay 19, Philadelphia 17. Whew. Football is back. That is for sure. Wow, wow, wow. So now we are off to halftime. So during halftime, I am here by myself, so I guess I will just ramble a little bit about overall week one. I've already made my week one predictions, so there's really no point to do that at halftime. I had Don make his week one predictions yesterday at halftime. So I guess we could just talk about storylines. If anyone in the chat wants any questions, be sure to leave some questions here. Give us some talking points for halftime. I thought that was a very fun half here for football in general. Again, I mean, the Eagles had one of the worst starts I've seen in a while. Again, you had that interception and then a fumble, from a center error there. Again, without Jason Kelce, it's going to take him a while. But I thought Jalen Hurts had a lot of time in that second quarter in the pocket. And I thought the offensive line played much better and gave him plenty of time to scramble or, make deep throws down the field. I think the play of the half, though, was Jordan Love finding Jaden Reed way down the field for that long touchdown to put the Green Bay Packers in the lead. And, it's still the game-winning play as of right now. Again, it's only at halftime, though, so I'm sure we'll have more plays and some more scoring as well. Oh, yeah, there's that walk-off home run from Vientos' second home run of the game. Whew. Good stuff there from the Mets. All right, Smooth Peter asks, who do I have winning the Super Bowl this year? That is a good question. I've hemmed and hawed on this one quite a bit, and it really is. I mean, it could go many different ways. It's so early, but I'll give my as of right now prediction. I will say I have the Chiefs and Houston Texans in the AFC chip, and then in the NFC chip, I got to think about this one because I haven't already picked this. I mean, the Lions are up there again. The Packers could be a team. We're watching them right now, and it is probably not the Cowboys this year. I mean, I don't know. Give me the Lions and give me the Texans in the Super Bowl. I feel like that's a fun matchup, and I'll pick the Lions just for fun there. Again, it's so early. Again, that will change from a week-to-week basis. I hate making, predictions for some, long-term goals. Again, betting money, I would never bet on a Super Bowl win or something like that. I like betting in the now, game day bets, all that sort of stuff, parlays like that. I'd much rather prefer those than picking Super Bowls. If the Chiefs win another one, they are in consideration for the greatest of all time. They certainly are. Again, it's going to be tough to beat that Belichick-Brady dynasty that the Patriots have had. But the Chiefs are certainly on their way with Mahomes and Andy Reid, aren't they? And you could probably add the referees in the mix for both of those teams as well, right? Don't mind me, just a salty Bills fan. But yeah, it is funny, right? I mean, we have the Chiefs and we have the Chiefs and the Patriots who have been the two most recent dynasties, and it seems they're both, the number one rivals with the Bills, right? They knock the Bills out every year in the playoffs, and the Patriots just destroyed the Bills. And I think as far as AFC East goes, those two fan bases hated each other the most at the time. Now it seems like they're the most cordial in the AFC East because the Patriots have been so stinky in the recent years, and they've kind of, rooted for the Bills a little bit of a feel-good story there, breaking the drought and having a little bit of success. And the Dolphins and Jets fans are always arguing with Bills fans. But yeah, I think league wide, it's going to be fun. I mean, again, you bring up rookies this year. Caleb Williams with the Bears is going to be just so fun to watch. Again, the Bears brought a ton of weapons, and it kind of reminds me of the Lions, where they had a lot of picks early on, and they just completely rebuilt that team in 1 year. So we'll see if they have the same success as the Lions did. Again, the Lions didn't have to bring in a quarterback because they had Jared Goff already. So it might take a little bit longer for the Bears, and of course, Caleb Williams could still be a bust, right? Far from proven, but in that little bit of action we saw against the Bills in the preseason, he looked like the real deal. I mean, he's slipping out of tackles. He looks like Josh Allen back there. So, for the Bears' sake, hopefully they can start looking better than they have in the last decade or two, because the Packers have completely owned them in that rivalry. So I know we probably have some Packers fans in here that are disagreeing with that and think the Bears will continue to be a bad team, and that very well could happen. We're in halftime here. Jason Kelsey on X tweeted out hard count. Loved the tush push there, getting the offsides. So let's see what we got. Anything trending on Twitter? I will call it Twitter. It is X, I know, but anything here from anyone of importance? Let's see. Does not look like we have any news from this game. Let's see if anyone's trending, what people are talking about here. Eagles are trending, and Jalen is trending, and Josh Jacobs is trending. Again, Josh Jacobs, we'll see if he has any more success in the second half. It looks like, Jaden Reed, 2 touchdowns with the Packers, and then Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdowns with the Eagles. Your 2 most dominant players so far this game. And the Eagles are not very happy with their coaching staff right now. Eagles fans, I should say. So yeah, if you are a fan of the Eagles or Packers, let me know in the chat. How are you thinking about your team? Are you confident? Are you worried? Again, we're 1/2 of the NFL season in, so it's going to be quite a while. The Jets have a legitimate chance if Rodgers returns to form, especially with the defense they have. I completely agree, and I know I'm in Buffalo. I'm a Bills fan. I'm surrounded by Bills fans. They don't want to hear anything about the Jets, but I've been saying consistently all this offseason that the Jets are a serious threat to win that AFC East. If Aaron Rodgers is anywhere near the caliber of player he was during his MVP seasons in Green Bay, I think the Jets have a more than good chance to win the AFC East. Again, their defense is so stacked. They have a ton of young offensive weapons. I mean, really, all they're missing is that quarterback. And with Aaron Rodgers, they have that quarterback, the quarterback we didn't see last year because of the injury. So we'll see what happens with the Jets this year. That's why I'm so excited for that Monday Night Football game. We'll see if the Jets are for real. That's a really tough test, though, against the Niners, who have a solid defense and every offensive weapon you could imagine they have on that team. Brock Purdy being the quarterback, which is a solid quarterback. And then, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey, the list goes on and on. George Kittle, I mean, name a more stacked offense in the league. Again, I know Brock Purdy not being a proven quarterback is hindering that a little bit, but again, he is, he got paid and he didn't get paid yet, but he's going to get paid. And he's, right now he's making, I think, like $900K. So that's the reason they are able to have all these weapons and all that money. But yeah, it is going to be a fun NFL season. Again, I can't wait for hockey to start as well. Being from Buffalo, those are our 2 major sports. But it's an exciting time of the year. We got baseball playoffs coming up. The NBA and NHL are, super close to coming back, and college football and the NFL are so back. Tomorrow, we got a bunch of really good college football games. Cannot wait for Texas, Michigan. Michigan looked really bad in their week 1 matchup, so I'm expecting Texas to kind of roll that one. But again, Michigan's at home, and you never know what could happen in the big house. And then we have a lot of close games as well. None of the significance of that one, you could say, but again, a lot of super close mid-tier games as well. And I'll go to the schedule here and list these off. I mean, I'm very excited to watch college football tomorrow. I mean, just starting at 12 o'clock. Pitt, Cincinnati, again, a mid-tier game, but very close. Georgia Tech and Syracuse. I'm a little more invested than most people because, I mean, Syracuse is right around the corner, and it is kind of our team over here because UB counts, but they don't count because they're a MAC school. So Syracuse, again, facing the ranked Georgia Tech, 3-point spread over there. Let's take a look at some of these other games here. I mean, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, another close one. Iowa, Iowa State. Again, we get that matchup. Baylor versus Utah. Tennessee versus NC State. Nebraska versus Colorado. We'll see if Coach Prime can keep that bus rolling or if Matt Rule and Nebraska takes them down. Oregon has another tough test against Boise State. They really didn't look great in week 1 after being favorites this year. I mean, some people got them winning it all. And then we wrap up the night with Texas Tech, Washington State, and Mississippi State, Arizona State. Some decent games there, but beginning half of the slate definitely a little better than that second half. But yeah, we are at halftime here. And again, as these streams progress, we will have some, maybe some games to play at halftime or some videos we'll put up. But right now we're so in the early stages of doing solo streams here. So it's just going to be me on the screen talking to you guys. It's been a fun game so far. Again, it is something I will complain about a little bit. I feel like the NFL halftime shows are kind of dull. Same thing with the NHL, whereas like NBA halftime shows, on national broadcasts are a little more fun, interactive. It is something where, I mean, how often are you watching a game and, halftime comes around or the end of a period or quarter and you shut it off, right? And you come back. I think major networks have to find a way to keep viewers engaged rather than just having guys talk, maybe show some more interactive stuff. Going to whip around the MLB because MLB games are going on. The Phillies are up 16-1 on Miami. Another notable game, the Diamondbacks, who are red hot, are down 4-0 to the Astros, who are fighting for a playoff spot. Mariners are sneaking up on them, 4 games out there, but they're up 3-0 against St. Louis. Yankees did win today, 3-0. And then college football, we have a banger going on right now on ESPN2. BYU and SMU, 15-12 BYU, but SMU is about to score. So fourth quarter action there. Indiana, oh boy, this is quite the game. Western Illinois is taking on Indiana, and Indiana is up 77-3. So hopefully no one's wasting their time watching that. And here's our halftime show. Let's see who we have performing here. I can't tell right away. I don't know who that is. Probably someone more famous in Brazil than the United States, but they are doing a little halftime show for the Brazil crowd, so that is great. Then our last game, just getting started in the second quarter. Duke is down 7-10 to Northwestern. Northwestern playing those games at that makeshift stadium right by the lake there, and I think that's an awesome stadium for being a makeshift one. If anyone cares about the WNBA, Caitlin Clark did lose today to Minnesota, 99-88, and Angel Reese with Chicago is down 30-24 in the second quarter. Yeah. Probably the first and only time I'll give you guys a WNBA update, but the WNBA has been pretty fun to watch, I will say. Texas and Michigan is happening as well. Yep, such a good game. Steve, what's going on in the chat? Steve, you say the Chiefs are the best. I mean, until another team proves otherwise, I can't disagree, right? The Chiefs have consistently been the best team in the NFL the last couple seasons. And even when they looked horrible last year, they were still able to make it to the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. Taylor Swift added benefit. Truth says Phillies are the team to beat this year, I believe. Yeah, I completely agree. I think the Phillies, have the potential to be the best team in the MLB. They also have had some rough stretches too, though. And, being a Mets fan, we still have to play them 7 times. That's not great, being a fringe playoff team trying to make the wild card. Steve says Chiefs didn't have Hollywood. Yeah, they did not have Hollywood Brown, which they will get, I believe, for week 2. And that will certainly help their pass game a little bit. But I thought their offense looked okay, right? It was just their defense towards the end of that game couldn't stop the hurry-up version of the Ravens offense. So I think the Ravens figured out the Chiefs defense, but just too late. a second too late. And some players are returning to the field here after that halftime performance. Again, we're not ready to kick it off just yet, but players are back on the field, which is good to see. Check my percentages, make sure everything's still over 50% here, which we are. We are still good to stream the second half. Thank you guys for joining here. We've got consistent viewers all stream. Thank you guys for sticking around. It means the world. But yeah, the Chiefs, again, they're the team to beat. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. So Steve, I got to agree with you there. You know, and you got to be the best, you got to beat the best, right? And nobody's beaten the Chiefs yet this season. Here we go. We're getting ready to go again here in the second half. Again, the Eagles will get the ball. So again, that makes kicking that field goal an easier pill to swallow, knowing you get the ball out of the half for the Eagles. I am certainly going to have no voice tomorrow after streaming both of these games. And the Packers have kicked it off, and we are underway. That ball goes into the end zone, and it's going to be kneed down there. So after returning the last one and getting, you know, only like 24 yards, we will see the Eagles offense take the ball from the 30 here. Again, just a reminder, before we start the second half, leave a like on the stream. Definitely helps us out a bunch. You could also support the channel even more by subscribing or donating. Again, we do have the donate feature here as well. Thank you guys for supporting. And if you see Truth in the chat too, he's got that cool little emote highlighted name. He is a channel member. Again, we do have a couple channel members right now. Looking to expand on that. Again, we don't have too much of an idea. Again, we're just starting off with that, but thank you for the support. First play of the half, Saquon Barkley up the middle for 4. Almost got away there. That could have been a big play, but Packers able to get him down. Truth says the Chiefs and Bills are only good with a healthy elite quarterback. So let's hope Josh stays healthy. The season would be a shame if Mahomes got injured. Yeah, again, like most you know, teams, the quarterback's the most important player on the field. And again, you're not going to make the Super Bowl with a bad quarterback. The last one to do that was probably Nick Foles, and I can't call him bad because he won the game. So here we go. 2nd and 7 here. Jalen Hurts, plenty of time to throw it. He's taking a deep ball. He's got his guy wide open, and it's caught. A.J. Brown makes a move to the 30, all the way to the 20, to the 10. He will score. Touchdown, Eagles. Oh, my goodness. What a way to start the second half. A.J. Brown catches a ball for about 30 yards in the air and then just cuts it left. No defender could catch him. You saw a little bit of a pre-snap motion there from A.J. Brown. Went right around and, oh, is that Alexander on him? Uh-oh. They've been bickering all game. Steve says we can win it all with Carson Wentz as a Chiefs fan. Yeah, I don't know about that one, but maybe. Extra point up from Elliott and good. So 24-19, the Eagles retake the lead right away into this third quarter. Oh my goodness. The second deep ball we've seen so far this game. The first one was on the other side of the ball, Jaden Reed, and this one, yeah, Brown blows right by Alexander. They've been bickering all game. And Brown able to cut that one all the way to the end zone. Truth says, since I got my subscriber badge, I got an inch taller and increased my vert by an inch. Yeah, I mean, I'm not guaranteeing it, but you definitely are a more well-rounded person, let's say, when you become a member of this channel. Smooth Gaming can confirm. And again, as a mod, Smooth Gaming cannot become a member. So that is why he does not have the member badge. So he's confirming as a knower and not a member. But man, what a start. What an absolute great start to this second half. Again, I have no bias in this game. This is an NFC game, has no effect on the Bills, has no effect on my life. And I have no money on this game. So this is just a fun watch. So Elliott will kick it off for the Eagles, and here we go again. Packers will watch that one sail out of the back of the end zone. And they will start the drive at the 30. Jordan Love comes onto the field for the first time in the second half. And what a game so far. Whatever the over-under is, I think it's going to hit the over here. I mean, we're already at quite a few points here. So the Packers now have a bunched up set here. They're going to run the ball. Oh, a little flea flicker. Jordan Love can't find a guy downfield, though. He's still got the ball and heaves one up. That'll be incomplete, out of bounds. So a flea flicker there for the Packers to start off their first drive of the second half, and doesn't go to plan, but again, could have been a lot worse. They get out of that one with just an incompletion. See if anyone was open downfield here. No, it looked like the Eagles didn't fall for that one at all. So just some great defense there from the Eagles. So 2nd and 10 here for the Packers. That one snapped, and now they're just going to hand it off. Jacobs, nice little move. Ball's out. Fumble. And the Packers get the ball back, and the fumble actually helped them out. The ball moved all the way up to the 39, so we'll have a 3rd and inches here. Oh, my goodness. That could have been a disaster. Jacobs just gets popped there, and the ball came out, but right to his teammate. So 3rd and 1, pretty much inches here. Empty backfield, though, so they're going to throw. Try to find their check down. Doesn't have them. Now Jordan Love has to heave one up. Oh, almost one-handed catch, but they are going to call pass interference here. I don't know if it's going to be offensive or defensive, though. The refs are discussing that one here. And we will have more conversation here. Again, that's tough. Jordan Love just chalked that one up. A risky throw. That's the 3rd risky throw we've seen him throw this game that could have easily been picked off. Instead, it looks like they probably drew a pass interference call. Maybe not, though. Talking to Sirianni. Let's see. Okay, so we have a pass interference on the defense. And then we have a personal foul on the defense as well. Wow. So the personal foul will be accepted there. A 15-yard gain and an automatic first down. It's going to be roughing the passer as the Eagles, got his hand up on Jordan Love as he was falling down. Again, they're cracking down on that this year. They don't want anyone touching quarterbacks' helmets or head areas as they fall down to the ground. Again, far from a vicious play, but they don't want any contact with the head, and certainly pass interference downfield here. At least a hold for sure. And that's a big play there. Kraft is going to get a good chunky yardage there, 20 yards. And the Packers take advantage of that roughing the passer play, and they are all the way in, almost in the red zone. Gain of 28 yards. Oh my goodness. Drew said, also since I became a subscriber, I've gotten information that the Sabres might just sign Marner to an affordable I mean, yeah, if we want to trade for Marner, I'd be all over that. But here we go. The Packers in the red zone. Now, Josh Jacobs, nice little move. Only able to get a yard, though. Made a guy miss, but that was some good defense from the Eagles. So we are in for a great game here. Both offenses have been cooking. I don't know what I was trying to say there. I said it 3 times correctly, and I don't know. It's been a lot of football the last couple nights, right? We streamed the whole game last night. Now we are back at it here. 2nd and 9 from the 15. Jordan Love takes, he's got to throw. Looking, and another risky pass. That one batted down incomplete. Getting brought down to the ground as he released that one. So we'll have a 3rd and 9 here. Again, if the Packers get a field goal here, that will be pretty nice. I subscribed and found out why the reason the Sabres haven't re-signed Peyton Krebs. Yeah, well, please let us all know, because that is the mystery among mysteries that nobody cares about, right? I mean, there's probably a total of 3,000 people on this planet who care about Peyton Krebs right now. But, for all those 3,000 people, it is one of the biggest mysteries of all time. And I'm one of those 3,000 people. 3rd and 9, though, for the Packers in the red zone. Love obviously going to throw. Eagles bring a couple extra guys. Fade route. Oh, and there is a flag. It's going to be pass interference. But the defender slipped down, so, wow, didn't have to do any pass interference there. It was a bad throw, but it is going to be pass interference. Wicks was the intended target. Oh, my goodness. A horrible penalty there for the Eagles. Yeah, just brought down there. And Jordan Love knew right away when he threw the ball over there that he was going to get that foul. So a 1st and goal now pretty much from the 1. See where they place the ball here. If they placed it at the 1 or if they placed it at the 2. So it looked like the Eagles were going to escape this one with only giving up a field goal, but now it looks like the Packers should be easily able to jam it in for a touchdown. Yeah, right on the 2-yard line. So Packers just can't kill themselves here and commit a foul. You got 3 opportunities to get 2 yards. Little play action. They're going to throw it to Christian Watson, and he catches a touchdown. There we go. Christian Watson's first touchdown of the year. And the Packers regain the lead. 6 plays, 70 yards, 2 minutes and 14 seconds is all it took to regain the lead. Back and forth action in Brazil. Cornerback was draped on him the whole time. Watson's still able to make that catch. So the rookie here, another extra point. Snap, hold, kick, and good. 26-24 with 11:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's going to be a long game, right? We haven't had really any lengthy drives. It's just quick drives, commercial breaks. Not a lot of time running off that clock. Another commercial break here. Again, guys, leave a like on the stream. Really helps us out here. Got 19 people in here right now. I see we keep bouncing in between them around 15 and 30. So thank you guys for joining this one. In the chat, let me know right now who's winning this game. Let me know right now who is winning this game. Again, we're still in the 3rd quarter. So, there's no swayed picks. Again, it's anyone's game. Who do you guys have winning this one? I had the Eagles before the game. Packers have impressed me. The Eagles have also impressed me after those 2 turnovers, bouncing back and still playing some good football. It's a very close game. I guess now is a good time to talk about the potential new schedule change that's coming to the NFL. A lot of people are saying that the NFL wants to add a regular season game, maybe add 2 bye weeks for each teams. Again, I don't really want to get into that right now because without all the information on that, I don't really know where I stand on that. I know a lot of players would absolutely hate that because a lot of these players, they like to rest. The extra bye week would be nice, but playing a whole nother game, that would be tough. It would also be pretty pricey for these teams because, again, you'd have to pay your players another, game check. But it would certainly make money for the NFL because the networks would have to pay more. Truth thinks the Eagles will take this one. Yeah, I'm still going to pick the Eagles. I'll stick with my pregame prediction. Again, like I said, this game could go either way, and I'm still feeling that way. I mean, both teams are matching up pretty evenly here. I think both teams' offenses are just kind of letting their quarterbacks sling the ball downfield and hoping for flags. And again, receivers have been able to make guys miss with 1 or 2 moves. This field has just not been great. Yeah, one more look at that touchdown. Nice little slant route there, and just Jordan Love put that ball in the perfect spot. And the Packers kick that one off. And the Eagles will watch that one go in the end zone and knee it. So they will start the drive off at, guess what? The 30. Going to be saying that a lot this year, I think. I got Noah Eagle on the call here on NBC. You know, I think he does a great job. He sounds so much like his father, and definitely a very respected broadcaster. Again, he did the basketball for the Olympics and has done some work with Nickelodeon and CBS in the past, but looks like now he's over with NBC. So here we go. 1st and 10 with the Eagles. Hurts, play action, rolls out, has Goddard, and that one gets batted down. Great play there from the Packers. Rashawn Gary, the guy to knock that one down. He had Goddard open for a good 5 yards on that rollout, but Gary decided to go grab that ball. And a good decision it was. Again, 63 degrees at this Brazil game, so that's great weather. I mean, these guys are not too hot, not too cold. Perfect weather for some football. That's what we'll see in Buffalo Sunday, 63. Second play of this drive is going to be handed off to Saquon. Saquon makes a guy miss and dives forward for about 1.5 yards. So a 3rd and long coming up for Philadelphia. They've been good on 4th or 3rd down so far this game. Throwing the ball downfield. I mean, they're on these 3rd downs, they're going for more than just the sticks. Let's see if they do the same here. 3rd and 8. Oh, is that a free play? Maybe not. Hurts gets sacked. Didn't see it coming, and that's Gary again. Gary, a huge drive on defense. And 2 of the 3 plays, he completely shut down. First with the batted ball, now with the sack. Blew by the offensive lineman and got Hurts. Hurts lucky he didn't fumble that one. Didn't even see him coming. So the Eagles will have to punt the ball. We haven't seen a punt in a while. Rashawn Gary blew up that drive. 4th and 14, we'll see a punt. The punt is away. That one is going to land at around the 20 and fair caught at the 20 by Wicks. That might have been Reed. Yeah, Jaden Reed there with the fair catch, who has had 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. And touchdown probability tonight, his 33-yard rush is a 0.3% chance, and that 70-yard reception, a 21 or 2.1% chance. Again, 0.3%. That's why I had really no reaction to that touchdown. It looked like he was going to get tackled right away. Steve in the chat says, "Hey, Truth, how does it feel to lose 4 straight Super Bowls?" Yeah, luckily for me, I didn't have to watch any of that, so I will. I'll let Truth answer that. Again, Truth, I don't know how old you are, if you've seen that, but I certainly haven't had to watch that. Okay, Jordan Love, first play of the drive, finds Dobbs wide open there for a 13-yard gain out of bounds. That'll move the sticks. 1st and 10. What an entertaining game, just back and forth. See if the Packers can march down, get a touchdown, and make it a 2-score game, though. Here we go. 1st and 10 now. Double motion, and that one is handed off, and about a 5-yard gain there. That was an interesting motion. I mean, thought there was going to be a flag, and yeah, there it is. There's the flag for illegal shift. I was going to say, I'm surprised they didn't blow that play dead. 2 guys in motion at the time on, behind the line. You can't do that. So that play will be negated. We will have a 1st and 15 rather than a 2nd and 5. So Truth says he enjoyed the journey, but not the outcome, of course. Yeah, 4 straight is terrible. Us Bills fans, that's just horrible. And actually saw Jim Kelly's house in 1995. That is awesome. Again, Jim Kelly still lives in the area. So 1st and 15 here for the Packers. Play action. Love plenty of time to throw it. He's going to strike it downfield. Oh, and he misses a wide open. Jaden Reed would have been a huge gain, at least 20 yards. Spiked it in the ground there. Kent Hall was the greatest of all time. Oh, yeah. So that's a mistake from Jordan Love. A wide open Reed there who could have, we've already seen today. He can get some yards after catch, too. That could have been a big play. Nothing there, though. 2nd and 15. Plenty of time for Love again. Takes a shot downfield. Oh, and he throws it behind Dobbs this time. Dobbs unable to make the catch. 3rd and 15. Back-to-back bad throws. That one, Dobbs, it hit his hands, but it was behind him. Equal blame. Equal blame indeed on Dobbs and the quarterback there. Back-to-back bad throws for Love. So now a 3rd and 15. And, could we potentially see back-to-back punts? Haven't seen that all night. Mike Devlin is a coach to this day. I still have him as a guest. Yeah. Here we go. 3rd and 15. A nice little screenplay. Blown up. Oh, my goodness. A huge hit. Right on time there for the Eagles. But we do have a flag. Dean absolutely blew that screenplay up. And I think the flag was out before he hit him. I don't think it's on the hit. I wonder if it's on maybe an illegal shift. Let's see. It was an illegal shift on the offense. That one will be declined, and we will see a punt from the Packers. What is going on? Real Deal Prime, thanks for joining. That was crushed. That was absolutely crushed. Yeah, perfect timing there. Second, Wilson got that ball in his hands. Dean crushed him. So now we'll see a Packers punt. That ball is cleanly punted away. That one, deep punt, all the way back to the 18. But time to return it, and we have a flag, though. Brought down around the 30, but there is a flag so that it will most likely back the Eagles up. Usually the flags on the returns are legal block in the back or holding or something along those lines. Was a little bit early, though. Wasn't necessarily on the return as far as, it was kind of towards the blocking there. So we'll see what they call. A pair of penalties on the play, they're saying. So the referees are talking it over right now. We discussing these penalties. I guess there is 2 separate fouls on this punt. Which, we've seen so many penalties this game. It seems every other play's got a flag. This game is going to take a long time to finish. So the referee's still talking it over here and, slowing down this game some more. It looks like they're talking it out with Sirianni here. So maybe we got 2 fouls on the Packers. That'd be quite rare for a punting team to have 2 fouls. Now Ron Tolbert, the crew chief, comes over to talk it over with Sirianni. now we got Terry McCauley on the broadcast explaining these fouls. And the rules analyst here for all these nonsense fouls that we got to sit through. All right, so here we go. So we had a 5-yard penalty on the punting team, and then we also had a personal foul on the receiving team there. It was an illegal blindside block. So those fouls are going to offset, and we're going to repunt. So all of that for nothing, right? And that's got to be the biggest issue with the NFL, right? The offsetting penalty rule. How does a 5-yard penalty match a 15-yard penalty? Why? I mean, every single time we see that, where it bothers me so much that offsetting penalties. I mean, so many plays have been taken back because illegal shift, but then there was a head-to-head collision and they even out. But I guess it does make sense too, because if something happens early on in the play, that affects what happens later on in the play. So I get the offsetting penalties, but I think there should be, instead of maybe having them offset, maybe nothing happens there. I don't know. But here we go. We redo the play, 4th and 15, the punt. Again, another clean punt. Let's see if this one goes. And that one doesn't go anywhere near as far. That one's going to be fair caught at the 32, 33-yard line. So not as great of a punt as he had. Probably a little ticked off that they had to repunt that. We go back to the studio here as we let the Eagles offense go onto the field. We should definitely not have a timeout here, though, because we just had plenty of time discussing those fouls. Devin McCourty now a part of the NBC crew, which is nice to see. Again, the McCourty twins, a dynamic duo in New England for so long now, both retired. Saw they were actually doing a preseason game. I forget which one it was, but I thought they had some nice back and forth banter, kind of some brotherly arguments during the broadcast, which is pretty funny. So yeah, thank you guys for joining again as we are in this little break here. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It means a lot to us. Thank you guys so much for spending your Friday night here watching football. Nothing better to do than watch football, in my opinion. So thank you guys for joining. And we're going to have a heck of an end of the game here. Again, we're still only in the third quarter, but are we going to? Yep, going to commercial here. So, I think we've had more commercial tonight than football played on the field, but that's just kind of how it goes. If you guys are by a TV, though, and you guys like college football, I would check out this game as well. We have SMU and BYU. SMU has the ball down 3 with 2 minutes to go, so I'd go over to ESPN2 and check that out. Duke is down 7-10 at halftime against Northwestern. That is about it across the football realm of things. Okay, yeah, Smooth Gaming confirms that there. It was a Panthers-Patriots game with the McCourty twins. And, yeah, Bob's Discount Furniture. You hear, if you don't know what that is, watch Patriots preseason. You'll hear all about it. There's Roger Goodell in the stands in Brazil. Again, I know a lot of the players aren't going to be liking him because a lot of the players did not want to fly to Brazil at all, felt unsafe going to this game. But Goodell's there to represent. If anyone wants to boo in the chat, feel free. But here we go. We are back from the commercial break here. First in time for the Eagles from about the 32-yard line. There goes the snap and a handoff to Saquon. Saquon gets, a good amount of yardage there. Probably gets around 7 to 8 yards. Still have a second and short here for the Eagles. And the Eagles only down by 2, so a field goal would give them the lead. Still too much time in this game to think about, taking the lead rather than, not having the lead. You're only down by 2, and there's still plenty of time. But still would like to get points here for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts takes the snap, and he's going to keep that one on the read option, and that one gets blown up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is about it. Yeah, Smith able to contain Hurts there, and just great tackle there. The end, taking down Hurts, and we saw Lamar running all over the field last night. So Hurts, still a similar style quarterback, but a little bit slower. So 3rd and 2 now for the Eagles. See what they do to pick this up. Oh boy. Play action, and he is almost sacked. Spikes the ball, and they didn't blow it dead. Now they did. Incomplete. 4th and 2. Wow. So after getting a good gain on 1st down, the Eagles are going to have a 3 and out here. I don't think they're going to risk going forward on 4th and 2. And they're not. The punter comes out. So a good stop by this Packers defense. Yeah, Hurts decided to keep that one and just ended up spiking it down. And Ron Tolbert's letting everyone know that there is no intentional grounding there. So here comes the punt. And certainly an incompletion, not a fumble. Definitely threw that one forward and towards the ground. So here comes the punt. Punt is up cleanly. And Packers will have a fair catch there by Reed at the 12. So, wow. After a crazy start to the half, we've had 3 punts in a row now and a little bit slower football. We head to commercial break yet again as we get our Thursday night football commercial hyping up Dolphins Bills. Can't wait for that one. Obviously a little more hype than the average Joe because I am a Bills fan, but that's a very good game. 2 teams who have kind of been at the top of that AFC East the last 5 years. So another commercial break here. Let me know in the chat, again, who you guys have winning this game. Again, back and forth game, still anyone's game. It's been a fun one, certainly. We are still in commercials. So many commercials here in the second half. I mean, so many quick drives, whether it be scoring in like 4 plays or punting the ball in 4 plays, as we've seen the last couple of drives. I mean, if you're the Packers here, I think you gotta start running the ball a little bit more too. I mean, we saw some bad throws that last drive. I'd start the drive off with a nice little run, try to establish that run game, and then open up that pass game. Because I mean, if Love's going to be thrown a little inaccurate, the last thing you want is them to be sitting over a route and get a pick. Steve says the NFC is garbage. Certainly not as good as the AFC this year, I will say. Again, this is a prime opportunity for the Lions to have their fairy tale run. But again, it's still very early in the regular season. I'm sure we'll have a lot of upsets and a lot of hot takes week 1, and things never finish how they start. Yeah, the NFC East. Yeah, that one's up for grabs, huh? I mean, certainly a division that is up for grabs. We are back here from commercial break. Back in Brazil. Here we go. So 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line of their own. The Packers now. Jordan Love gets the ball, and he does exactly what I thought he was going to do. Hand the ball off to Josh Jacobs, who slips a tackle, and he sprints up for 8 yards. Wow, that could have been no gain. Now we got some extracurriculars after the play. Jacobs and Carter going at it. And they'll be separated pretty quickly. But yeah, nice gain by Jacobs. Got wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, was able to break the tackle and sprint forward for 8 yards. So yeah, Saquon Barkley with 23 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Jacobs with 9 receiving yards. So here's our 2nd and 1. Jacobs gets the ball again, outside handoff. He's got the first down and more. And gets taken down there at the 28-yard line. So a first down for Green Bay. But there is a flag. This would be huge if it's a hold. See what we got here on the flag. It is going to be a hold on the offense. That's going to back them up. You see that a lot in the NFL. That one's on Walker. Again, Walker's been fouled quite a few times. Numerous, a barrage of different penalties called on him. Let's see. I don't know. The angle they showed didn't look like a hold, but it was a little late. Maybe it was. Yeah, definitely held them. Okay, definitely held them before, but the angle they showed was a little late. Here we go. 2nd and 11 now. Negated the first down, that holding call. Eagles send a blitz. Jordan Love almost picked off, and it is. A diving interception from the Eagles. A terrible throw by Love. And the Eagles are right back in this game. Reed Blankenship with the diving interception. Oh, my. What are you doing? Take a look. The Eagles send an extra guy here. Jordan Love in the pocket. Just a reckless throw. Back foot throwing it. That's a throw a rookie would make. Blankenship jumps the route. Diving interception. We're going to have to take a couple more looks at that to make sure that ball didn't hit the ground. Here they're giving us the slow-mo one. Ball just right into Blankenship's chest. He holds the ball. It's certainly an interception. Didn't hit the ground at all. Wow. A complete game flipper there. The Eagles now instantly in field goal range. What do you think about the Tennessee Volunteers? I got to say, it's still early in the college year. I'll answer your question after this drive here, though. Jalen Hurts, first play, throws it. Smith gets an 8-yard gain. An 8-yard gain there. And I think Tennessee could definitely make it to the playoff. Again, they extended college to a 12-team playoff. But here we go, 2nd and 2. And Jalen Hurts now changes the play. He's got plenty of time. Still 15 seconds on that play clock. Still taking his time. Now he snaps it, and it's going to be a handoff. Barkley able to get around 5 yards. That'll be a first down. Yeah, and Tennessee plays NC State, like I mentioned, at halftime there, and that's going to be a really good game. The spread on that game is currently, let's see, currently 7.5 favorites on the road. So yeah, I mean, I definitely think they can make the playoff this year. As one of the last teams in. But here we go, 1st and 10 from the 11. That one's handed off to Barkley right up the middle. He's getting pushed, and he's stuffed there at the 3-yard line. So a 7-yard gain for Barkley, who's 1 touchdown away from having the hat trick. Yeah, this offense has been fun to watch. This whole game's been great to watch. Here we go, 2nd and 1. That one's handed up the middle, pushed in, and touchdown! And the ball's out now, but they do rule the touchdown. Saquon Barkley. Say his name. 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 in the air. A 4-play drive, 24 yards. And the Eagles are back on top after the Jordan Love dumb interception. A tough task to ask of this Packers defense to defend the short field. And Saquon Barkley able to pretty much run that drive by himself there. A 7-yard gain on first down. and the 3-yard touchdown gain on second down. Extra point, hold, kick. It is good. 31-26 as we head to another commercial break. Yeah, college football is going to be great this year with that division realignment. I think that certainly makes things more interesting. Again, I know a lot of people are sad to see the Pac-12 go, but seeing some of those top teams go to some other top conferences is great. At least in my eyes. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's going to be for the better. So we are at commercial break. 20 people in here right now. If you are new, leave a like on the stream and subscribe. We are streaming almost, a ton of games this year. We'll be doing football and hockey, potentially college football, potentially baseball in the playoffs too. Utah could very well win the Big 12. You got a quarterback going into what his 12th season with the team. So, you got plenty of there. But yeah, in all seriousness, though, like Cam Rising is a great quarterback, and he's had I believe some injuries over his career, and has had some good games. But I think Utah has a real shot to win that conference. Again, West Virginia did lose. I think if West Virginia won that first game, they might be a player there in the Big 12 too. But so still at commercial here in this back and forth affair. Truly just such a fun game to watch so far. Again, so much offense, so many firsts. We saw a play get blown dead with too many men on both sides of the ball to start us off. And then, 2 quick turnovers, I should say, from the Eagles, and now a turnover from the Packers that cost them. And then 2 massive, deep balls, one by Jaden Reed and the Packers, and the other one by A.J. Brown and the Eagles. We are still at a commercial break. Again, we'll figure out some more stuff to do during these commercial breaks as these streams go on. But again, this is the first one. So thank you guys for staying patient. Saquon Barkley, second player with 3 touchdowns in their Eagles debut. So yeah, what a night for Saquon, right? Hasn't really had, too big of plays from the line of scrimmage, but 3 touchdowns is 3 touchdowns. And I think he's really excited and really happy he moved on from New York. There's the kickoff out of the back of the end zone. And guess where Green Bay will be starting this one from? The 30. Another touchback. Yeah, Florida. Yeah, they had a rough loss to Miami and Mario Cristobal. And Miami might be the real deal this year after watching some of that game. But, Florida's in the mud. You could say they're in the swamp, I guess. Billy Napier, yeah, he's not great. All right, so the Packers will take the ball here, and they've had some success on offense. Let's see what they can do here on this drive. Jordan Love, nice little throw. That one not behind Dobbs, almost behind him, but good throw there for 8 yards. Florida might go 1-11. I disagree with that. I think Florida will get, a solid season, but again, losing to Miami by that many points really is going to set the swamp on fire, and a lot of Gators fans are already freaking out. I think they'll bounce back a little bit, but not good enough. BYU beat SMU. They can be competitive. Yeah, that game. Yeah, that game was very close down the stretch. Great game there. But here we go. Jordan Love hands that one off to Jacobs. Jacobs gets enough for the first down and a little bit more past the 40-yard line. And this is where I am used to calling hockey games that are probably close to ending right now. We still got a whole quarter of football to go, baby. So we are still cooking here. Still over 3 minutes to go in the third. Jordan Love takes that one. He's got to throw it. Deep throw there, almost picked off. Oof. Incomplete. Mitchell with some great coverage there to jump that route. Mitchell's looked good tonight. I think he's made a lot of plays that, probably haven't been, game changers, but definitely some good fundamental plays. And yeah, just came back to that one and was able to get a hand on it. Not necessarily a great throw from Jordan Love. Should have probably shadowed the opposite side towards the sideline instead of the field side. But, Jordan Love has been getting worse throughout this game, I'd say. So 2nd and 10 here. He's got to throw it again. It's going to be a screen play. Jacobs, plenty of space, and he's going to take that one for a first down. Wow, it looked like he was going to only get 5 there and spun out of a tackle and ended up getting the first down past midfield. And we have an injury on the field here. One of the Eagles' defensive backs there. Looks like a hand injury there. C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Pointing at his hand. The trainers are out there. Yeah, I also don't have my lineup cards with the players' numbers on it, so I have been a little bit delayed to call the names. Again, this is my first solo stream, so we're taking it step by step. We'll progress. Maybe next stream we will have the lineups, but at least with Sabres games, I don't have to do that because I know everyone by number that pretty quickly and by looks, just the way they move around. But watching a non-Bills game again early in the season it's going to take a while for me to recognize players in that split second when they catch the ball. So maybe I will have to rely on some lineup cards, which I didn't think I was going to have to, but definitely will going forward. So Gardner-Johnson was able to roll off the field there with the athletics trainers. Hopefully it's nothing serious. And it'll be a 1st and 10 here from Green Bay, just over midfield. McCollum comes in the game now to fill in for Gardner-Johnson. CJGJ. Tristan McCollum, that is. Josh Jacobs gets the first down handoff, makes a nice move. First down and way more. Dashing across to about the 25-yard line. So another great run by Josh Jacobs. This whole drive has been Josh Jacobs. Just making guys miss. Blankenship ended up bringing him down there. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Right to the 25-yard line that was. Good guess by me. Jordan Love takes that snap, and what do you know? Back to Josh Jacobs. This one gets destroyed, though, at the line of scrimmage. Jacobs tried to bounce it out wide and ended up maybe getting an inch or two, but nothing there. So we will have a 2nd and 10. Yeah, great play there by the Eagles defense on Bond. Been making some good plays there as a linebacker here for the Eagles. But here we go, 2nd and 10. Getting towards the nitty-gritty here, the third quarter, minute 15. Wilson back in the game there, and he's going to catch the sling pass, and that goes nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage again. So 3rd and 10 coming up for this Packers offense. That was absolutely rolling, and all of a sudden they can't move the ball. Zach Bond, again, 3 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, 8 QB hits last season or in his career. I don't know. His 5th NFL season, though. Here we go. 2 seconds left, and here we go. Jordan Love on 3rd and 10 finds his receiver. Oh, and unable to come down with that one was Jaden Reed. So we will have a 4th and 10 here and a field goal opportunity. So the Packers aren't going to take the lead on this drive, but they should get some points back here, as it will be a mid-range field goal here. Smooth Gaming said Josh Jacobs is 3 catches away from the record for most receptions without catching a touchdown. Yeah, that is incredible. I saw that stat before going into this game, and we are almost there. Here comes the rookies, 2 for 2, made a 31 and a 23-yarder. This one from 43. Snap, hold, kick, and no good. Wide left. Oh, you got to feel for the rookie there, missing a 43-yard field goal. And the Eagles get bailed out. And we'll take the field here for probably one play. That's all I can really see them doing here. Only 17 seconds left here in the third quarter. And I did say wide left. It was wide right if you were looking as the kicker. So here we go. Eagles offense again. Just going to run it there with Saquon. Saquon, it's a huge hole down the middle. Oh my gosh, there he goes. All the way to the 35 of the Packers. A huge gain for Saquon Barkley to end the third quarter. Thought that was going to be a touchdown for a second. End of the third quarter. Eagles taking a full advantage of that missed field goal, and they're almost in field goal range. Wow. Eagles fans are hype in the stands. So we go to commercial. So this is a good time again. Be sure to leave a like on the stream. We got 19 people in here, only 15 likes. So some of you guys have not liked the stream yet. Be sure to like the stream. Helps us out a ton. Again, keep in mind, if you subscribe, that would really help us out a lot. We also have the option to donate or become a member if you want to support the stream even more. Super cheap if you want to just donate like $1 to show support or become a member. We have a bunch of different tiers there. A lot of them are super cheap as well. So thank you guys for supporting. All you got to do is just be in the chat, though, and I severely appreciate you guys. But yeah, here we go. We are almost at 11 o'clock on the East Coast here. And we are just entering the fourth quarter, so another longer game. I gotta say, these headphones definitely get sore on my ears after 2 days of streaming. That is for sure. But yeah, we are at the end of the third here. We got 1 quarter of football to play, and the Eagles can take control. If they go down and get a touchdown, they got a two score advantage, 2 possession advantage, and that would put the Packers in a deep hole. And that missed field goal is going to cost them, especially after that big play by Saquon to end the quarter. Still at the commercial break here. Again, the Eagles might just run this ball here, try to get a slow, methodical second half of that drive and try to run some clock off. And, I mean, the end goal is obviously a touchdown, but they could start worrying about the clock. So here we go. We are back now from commercial break in Brazil. Stadium looks pretty full, but not necessarily a sellout. I don't know if it's just a bad angle here. I can't wait to see the numbers of the attendance afterwards here. All right, here we go. We got 15 minutes to go here in the fourth. Just starting off here. So we change the scoreboard here. First play is, batted down, almost picked off by the Packers, but that'll be an incompletion, a quick incompletion, intended for Gainwell on a little screen, but that went nowhere. Nice defense there for the Packers to blow that up. Is that Gary again? No, that one was going to be that Clark? Good bat down there. Jordan Love getting massaged there on the sidelines, working out his muscles. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Both teams have all 3 timeouts left. Hurts, empty back. Finds a wide open Goddard midfield, and he's going to take that for a first down. That was not Goddard. That was going to be... Oh, yeah, I'm not going to try to pronounce that one. Calderera. So 1st and 10 there for the Eagles. Another empty back formation. Hurts us plenty of time, throws it, and wide open is A.J. Brown for the first down to the 11-yard line. So we will have a 1st and 10 from the 11. The Eagles are moving the ball. Wouldn't it be something if Saquon got his 4th? Yeah, just a great catch there from A.J. Brown. Just a little comeback there. They were definitely intimidated. They were going to go end zone there, and he was wide open, middle of the field. Saquon's in the game. We'll see if they give it to him. 4 touchdown debut would be something, wouldn't it? And it's going to be a read option, but that one goes nowhere. Jalen Hurts keeps it. Either option was getting blown up there. Great defense from the Packers. Loss of probably 2 or 3. So we'll have a 2nd down and long here. 2nd and 13. Hurts in the pocket. Oh my goodness, almost picked off. What a dumb move by Hurts. Double pumped the screen and then ended up throwing it to the check down, and Nixon almost picked it off again. If he would have picked that off, it would have been a pick 6. The Giants owner must be sick watching Saquon. Oh, yeah. I mean, I could not imagine not paying that guy, not giving him a long-term contract, not giving him the tag, which, he didn't want anyway. And that, could have easily been a pick. Oh, my goodness. Would have been a pick 6. But 3rd and 13 here. 3rd and 13, definitely throwing it. Empty back. This Eagles drive might stall out here. Almost delay game, wasn't. Jalen Hurts is going end zone, throws it, picked off in the end zone. Alexander. And he's going to just knee it there in the end zone. No, he's not. He's taking it out. And gets tackled by Smith at the 15. Not a great move there to take that out. Should have just kneed it in the end zone there. But Jalen Hurts, a terrible decision. This Packers defense had him in the fritz the last 2 plays, and he throws a pick. No one was close. And the Packers, a potential game-saving interception from their star cornerback, Alexander. So we'll send us to another commercial break. I mean, could this game get any crazier? I mean, all the Eagles had to do there was run the ball and kick a field goal to make it, And that would have made it an 8-point game, a field goal. It's still a 5-point game. And now the Packers, after making several mistakes on offense last drive, are able to take the ball right back and have a chance to redeem themselves. See what some people are saying online about that pick. Yeah, people are really, really clowning on Hurts. Hurts, brutal turnover today. Lucky that Saquon's going off. Jalen Hurts is terrible. Forcing passes. Time to have the Jalen Hurts conversation. I mean, that was just not, again, I mean, that looked like the Jordan Love interception where it just looked like it was a rookie move. I don't know what he's thinking there. I mean, again, as a Bills fan, I mean, we've seen Josh Allen do that in the beginning of his career where he rolls out and just forces that ball to the end zone. Nothing's open. Again, a field goal makes that an 8-point game. They've left the Packers back into this game. Let's see if the Packers can take advantage. Just an unreal play there. And Alexander finally gets some ammunition to clap back at A.J. Brown for cooking him for that touchdown earlier in the game. Like I said, a potential game-saving interception as we head back from commercial break. Here we go. Packers offense back on the field. Again, they're kind of pinned here. Alexander probably should have just kneed that knowing Smith was behind him, but nice little play design here. Jacobs is going to take the handoff. He's going to have a ton of room. There he goes. To the 30, breaks another tackle all the way up to the 40 and out of bounds at the 45. Big run for Josh Jacobs, and the Packers are back in business. Josh Jacobs has had a great game so far. Again, definitely going to be overshadowed by Saquon's 3 touchdowns, but Josh Jacobs looks great. Great addition to this Packers team. Raiders fans got to be sick watching him. Here we go, 1st and 10. Another handoff to Jacobs. That one goes nowhere. Loss of a yard. Good job by Dean there to get in. Dean and Sweat on the tackle. Yeah, and a look back at that interception. A.J. Brown was calling for the ball, but Hurts just was way too late with that. Just a duck in the end zone. So 2nd and 11 here for the Packers. Got to take advantage of this turnover. I know they were pinned to start this drive, but they're already up to the 44. The snap, quick throw. And that one's caught by Watson to the 51. So it'll make it a 3rd and manageable there. Good decision by Jordan Love. Nice little easy throw. I don't know if it's 4-down territory yet. Maybe if they have a 4th and 1, but we shall see what they do here on this 3rd and 5. Clock down to 10 on the play clock. Jordan Love making a quick audible. Snap, Love, plenty of time. Gonna bomb one deep, wide open. Who else but Jaden Reed? What a game from him. 1st down. Unbelievable game. Just wide open on that little in route. A nice throw there by Love to loft it over the defenders. So now a 1st and 10. Getting deep here past the 25. So it's going to be a handoff to Jacobs, and he's got plenty of space. Oh, no, that's Wilson. Wilson there for a 9-yard carry. All of a sudden, the Packers are, it's looking like they're going to score a touchdown here. 2nd and 1, upcoming. Jalen Hurts looks disgusted on the sidelines, knowing he just gave up at least a field goal. Here we go, 2nd and 1 here. I think the Packers might just run it here, get that 1st down, and then come up with a creative play. Got a guy in motion here. Snap. Oh, play action. Doesn't have his check down, but now has, Wilson right open in the middle of the field, and he gets the 3-yard gain on the reception for the 1st down. So good play there. Jordan Love, nice being patient there. Again, you got to be patient on those when you roll out like that, and you got a couple options getting open, and the defender's got to pick one. And if you stay patient and no one's on you, you'll find the open guy, which Jordan Love did. Under 9 minutes to go here, 1st and 10 for the Packers. Again, if the Eagles defense can hold them to a field goal, they'll still have the lead after this drive. That's the goal for the Eagles at this point. First play of this set of downs is a handoff to Josh Jacobs, and he gets at least 5. He's getting pushed forward. But yeah, looks like a 5-yard carry there. I mean, that's got to be disheartening for this Eagles defense. Again, they're blowing up these plays, but Jacobs is just continuing to get yards after he gets touched. Yards after contact. So here comes the 2nd and 5 for the Packers. That one, a little play action. Jordan Love's got some pressure. He throws it to the end zone, and he just throws that one into the crowd. Out of play. Panicked a little bit there. Didn't want to make the same mistake Jalen Hurts did and throw it in the end zone, so he decided to throw that one into the crowd. And now a huge 3rd and 5 here. Again, I don't know if it's 4-down territory. If you get a field goal here, are you going to get the ball back with a chance? I don't know. So a huge play here. Maybe the Packers won't even have to make up their minds if they're able to get this touchdown, or at least 1st down 5 yards here. As we are at 8:01 to go. Jordan Love gets the snap here. He doesn't have anything, throws it, and that is out of bounds, out of the back of the end zone. A little too tall for Dobbs. And we have a 4th and 5, and here comes the decision. What did the Packers do here? Looks like they're sending the field goal unit out. Jordan Love didn't want to leave the field, but yeah, that ball was just too high. Most likely a throwaway there. So 4th and 5 coming up. We'll see what they do. They are going to elect for the field goal. So again, the rookie coming off missing a field goal. This one is an absolute chipper, though. 26 yards to get the Packers in striking distance. Snap, hold, kick, and that one's good. So good bounce back from the rookie kicker there. 29-31. The Eagles survive that drive. They will continue to have the lead here, but boy, oh boy, this game is closer than it has to be, thanks to Jalen Hurts throwing that very uncharacteristic interception. So we go to another commercial break here, and this is a huge drive for the Eagles. Again, a touchdown pretty much would end the game. Well, I guess not necessarily, but it would certainly give them a 90% chance to win. A field goal would definitely help out as well. We look at that week 1 Sunday schedule, and just what a great week. Again, we got games everywhere. I think we got a lot of even teams, a lot of even matchups there. So again, this is a great time to let you guys know. Thank you guys for joining. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Helps us out a bunch. And my first stream going solo on here, so it's a lot of talking, but it is definitely fun. I'm so glad football is finally back. The offseason took absolutely forever, but we are back. We are back. So Love will continue to get the massage guns to his legs there. He's definitely feeling some pain, and he's definitely cramping too. He's got a banana in his hand, so that's the telltale sign that a guy's cramping on the sidelines. And we head to another commercial break. Isn't that lovely? So yeah, another commercial break here, and this is going to be a massive Eagles drive again, biggest drive of their season so far. see what they can do here. Again, they've had success moving the ball, but not necessarily. They've made some bad mistakes too. So the crowd's singing, they're getting into it though. I guess they're singing "Sweet Caroline." I don't know. I don't have the volume on here, but that's usually what these overseas crowds would sing. Anyway, kick is up, and here we go. The Eagles will watch that one go into the end zone, and that one will be need. So they will start at the 30. What is the timeout situation? All 3 timeouts for both teams. And again, this field is usually used for soccer. They're showing the time lapse now, putting the NFL, lettering and imaging and goalposts on the field. Always love watching those videos of stadiums or arenas getting transformed from one sport to another. But here we go. Jalen Hurts back on the field after that dumb interception. Let's see if he can bounce back this drive. First play is a handoff, as you'd expect. Saquon Barkley, no yardage there, loses 2. And again, almost too obvious of a running situation there, and the Packers were able to kind of guess that one off the rip. Barkley just couldn't bounce that one outside. So we have a 2nd and 12 here for the Eagles. And A.J. Brown shaken up after the play. He's walking off the field with trainers. See what happened here. He just got popped. Yeah, got popped by a block there, a little shove there. And he appears to be fine. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. But he will be out for this play. Jordan Love continues to get those massage guns going, so he is certainly cramping up. Cramping up big time. So Jalen Hurts making some changes to the play here. 10 seconds on the play clock. Clock's down to 5 seconds now. They get the snap off. Play action. Plenty of time to throw it. Jalen Hurts looking around. Can't find anyone, though. So much time to throw it. Still looking around. He's going to have to throw it away, and he does. Out of bounds. We have a flag downfield, though. And that very easily could be some holding on the defense. It's tough to guard a guy for that long in the NFL, that's for sure. So I'd assume that's holding on the defense, and it is. Automatic first down. So the Eagles get a break there. And we have 6:59 to go. So now, the Eagles might be looking at the clock saying, okay, how can we bleed this clock down a little bit? At least force Green Bay to use some of their timeouts. And that one was actually pretty quick. Called on Alexander there against Smith. And I don't know about that one. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 33. Hurts takes the snap and, gives it right to Saquon, who busts up the middle for 8-9 yards. Wow. Made nothing into something there. And that is exactly what the Eagles wanted. A great gain there. They could let that clock run all the way to 1 on the play clock and then just try to run the ball for another yard. And then they could reset their offense. Barkley over the 100 yards. 101 yards on the day. Or at least for rushing yards, I believe. Hurts takes the snap, gives it right to Saquon, and that's exactly what they do. They get just enough for the first down, and that'll keep the clock moving. That'll put it under 6 minutes to go. So again, the Packers, it's way too early to start calling these timeouts, but if you're a Packers fan at home, you're definitely looking at that clock, getting a little nervous. You want at least one more opportunity here. We've had 60 points scored tonight. And now the Eagles are going empty backfield, so it'll be a throw play or a designed run for Jalen Hurts here. 3 seconds on the play clock. 2, 1. They don't get it off, do they? They don't. See if they used a timeout here. It looks like they might have. And they did. So Philadelphia forced to use a timeout. Yikes. With 5:30 to go. So again, if you're Philadelphia here, you want that clock to keep moving. You have a 1st and 10 here, a prime opportunity to just keep running the ball. Again, Saquon's giving you no reason to not just give it to him again. But we'll see what they do here. Again, teams, often will try to outcoach themselves sometimes and do some crazy stuff. So we'll see if Sirianni maybe he schemes up a deep throw, maybe put Smith on a streak, maybe hope one of the safeties bites, thinking it's a run, and then you got your fastest guy wide open down the field, or maybe Gainwell out there too. Empty backfield, they're running that same play. 7 seconds on the play clock. It's gonna be a throw. Hurts looking. Can't find anything, but he's got plenty of time. Now he's just going to take off up the middle. He's got plenty. Oh, and slips down for a gain of around 6 or 7. Should have had enough for the first down there, but slipped and was down at the, a 6-yard gain there. But that'll allow the clock to keep running, so I don't think the Eagles are going to be too mad he didn't pick up the first down. Yeah, Hurts had a couple semi-open receivers there, but again, was able to extend the play enough to the point where he could have just scrambled with it, and he did. And again, he slipped down. Probably for the better, but 2nd and 2, they gave him 8 yards there. Wow. Empty backfield again. The Packers are sending a blitz. He's got to throw it down off to his check down, and he does. And what a great job by Gainwell there to catch the ball and then extend the ball for the first down. But we have a flag. This is a big moment in this game. Let's see what this flag is. Illegal formation on the offense, so that will negate the first down. It'll still be 2nd down, but that's a tough penalty there. It's going to be on the vet, Lane Johnson. And this is going to be the same penalty we saw called on the Ravens, just lined up wrong on the line. Ravens had that happen at least 3-4 times last night. So here we go, 2nd and 7. Huge point in this game, and that stopped the clock. 4:48 to go. There's the snap. Fake handoff to Gainwell. Hurts. Finds nothing. Oh my goodness, almost picked off by Alexander. A.J. Brown had to play cornerback there to avoid an interception. And there's a flag, and that might be offensive PI. Or is it defensive PI? Let's see. Maybe, illegal man downfield, I think. Okay. Let's see what Green Bay decides to do. Yep, illegal man downfield. Do they decide to decline it? They do, so it'll be a 3rd and 7 here. Massive play coming up. Wow, almost a pick. I mean, just a terrible decision by Jalen Hurts. Almost threw another pick to Alexander, but he didn't. And here comes the play of the game, 3rd and 7. At the very least, the Eagles want to keep this clock moving on this play. Five seconds on the play clock. Just get the snap off in time. Got some extra blockers here. They have a check down leaking out. Jalen Hurts has so much time. He's going to scramble for it, and he is hit. He's trying to get it, and he doesn't. It gets taken down about a yard or two short, but there is a flag on this play as well. And let's see what this one's on. I mean, flags on so many plays, and Jalen Hurts pointing like it's a first down. I wonder if we had some illegal contact or holding downfield. And the refs are talking about this one. Let's see what they decide to call. Both teams think it's against the other team. And it is against the defense. Wow. Holding on the defense there, and that will be an automatic first down. And that is a killer for Green Bay. Again, Green Bay still has 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. But, oh. Yeah, it almost looked like there was offensive holding there, but... Wow, okay. I guess it was on, Barkley was trying to get out there, and he was getting held when he was getting blocked. So, okay, 1st and 10. Saquon gets the handoff. Saquon gets around 2 yards there, and that will keep the clock moving. And you had to expect that, right? The Eagles want to drain this clock now. So they'll be able to put it under 4 minutes. Again, Green Bay got to save those timeouts to use for probably the next set of downs, if there is a next set. So a 2nd and 8 coming up for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'd expect another handoff here or check down throw. Anything to keep that clock moving. Empty backfield, though. I stand corrected. It looks like they're going to throw here. Now, peak zone bubble from Barkley, and Hurts is rushed, and he's going to scramble and stays in bounds and is able to, and he rushes all the way and gets the first down. Wow. So Hurts able to scramble out there, and he got hit about 4 yards before the line to gain, but was able to keep running. And it looks like the defenders were probably trying to strip him of the ball, but you can't worry about that. Yeah, they were trying to strip him. You got to get him down. Take another look at that, and it was certainly a first down. It's now 1st and 10 for the Eagles here with 3 minutes to go. That one's going to be handed off to Barkley, and that's a loss of 5. Wow. The Packers were all over that one in the backfield. But that keeps the clock moving, so I don't think Philly's going to complain. If you're Green Bay here, you're gonna see how this 2nd down play goes, and if it's not a substantial gain, you'll probably call your first timeout before the 2-minute warning and let that 2-minute warning be when you would get the ball back. 2nd and 13, though, for the Eagles. Let's see if they keep the ball on the ground. They don't. They're going to throw it. Right to a check down of Smith, and Smith bursts open. He breaks 3 tackles and moves past that first down line to the 20 or to the 18-yard line. And the Packers will be forced to call their first timeout with 2:15 to go. Smith, just broke 1, 2, 3 and gets brought down there at the 18. Wow, just a bunch of arm tackles there from the Packers. That's 2 plays of the last 3 that they've struggled to bring down an Eagle. And yeah, they wasted their first timeout. Or I shouldn't say wasted. You had to use it there, of course. But 2:15. So they'll run a play. They'll probably call another timeout. And then they'll have to run another play before the 2-minute warning. If you're Green Bay, I guess you're hoping to be able to use both your timeouts before the 2-minute warning. Yeah, both teams have 2 timeouts now with 2:15 to go. Eagles not afraid to throw the ball. First play here, Saquon's going to run up the middle for about 2. Get taken down. Let's see if Green Bay calls their timeout. They do. So, yeah, at this point, I think Green Bay's going to try to use all their timeouts before that 2-minute warning. So there goes the second one at 2:10. They'll probably try to use the third one at, 2:05, 2:03 when the next play ends. So this is really going to be for the game here. If the Eagles are able to take this down to the 2-minute warning and then get the first down on their third down play, this game is over. But the Packers defense could easily get this stop as well, force the Eagles to kick a field goal, and that would make it a 5-point game, and then Green Bay would get the ball back with still a good amount of time left. Stressful times for both fan bases here. Hurts and Barkley line up side by side in the backfield. 5 seconds to go on the play clock. There goes the snap. Packers rush an extra guy. It's thrown and it's caught. Oh my goodness. Caught by Smith again. First down. And they're going to let that run all the way down to the 2-minute warning. First and goal. And I don't know if that's enough to knee it out, but it's certainly close. Green Bay still has one timeout at the 2-minute warning. A ballsy call by the Eagles to throw the ball again on a 2nd and long. And Smith both times picks up the first down. A killer for that Packers defense that was expecting a run. That's great coaching by the Eagles. Great coaching. I think Eagles fans are certainly a little more excited about their offense this year than last year. And they scored all these points with Jalen Hurts not even looking like himself, making a lot of dumb passes, a lot of close calls as well. Imagine that screenplay would have been a pick. We would be in a different ball game right now. So we are at a commercial break, though. 2-minute warning. You're not missing anything. As far as college football goes, there's only one game going on right now. 10-10, Duke and Northwestern. So after this game, be sure to go over to ESPN or Fox Sports and check that game out. And here we go. Getting ready to come back from the 2-minute warning. This game is all but over, but I do think you would still have a couple seconds left, even if they do knee it out here. Don't know for sure. What's going on, Ashton? He says Packers are going to make a comeback. Yeah, it's getting late for a comeback. It would have to be, there'd have to be a forced error here from the Eagles, but they still have a little bit of time. We'll see what happens here. Welcome to the chat. Be sure if you guys are new, leave a like. It really helps out. Subscribe. We do a lot of streams all the time. We are Buffalo Central, but we also do other teams and other leagues as well. And be sure to, if you really want to support the stream, we do have donations open and also memberships if you want to add on to your support. But thank you guys for being here. Again, we've had a good amount of people here all night long. So thank you so much. Again, this is my first solo stream. So, many more to come. But welcome to the chat. And here we are. We are back from the 2-minute warning here. Again, Saquon Barkley, 3 touchdowns in this game. 3 touchdowns. Jaden Reed played great for the Packers, though. 2 touchdowns, 138 yards for him. A.J. Brown, 5 receptions for 119 yards and a tutty. And Jalen Hurts, 227 pass yards, 33 rush yards, 2 touchdowns, but 2 picks. And also a fumble if you want to count that one on him for not paying attention, but you could blame the center. Here we go, 1st and goal. This one you got to assume is going to be a handoff up the middle. Sure, as Saquon Barkley runs it up the middle and gets around 2 yards, and the Packers will use their final timeout with 1:57 to go. So yeah, I think there's certainly enough time where you can't knee this one out. So I guess Philly's just going to have to run it here, and if they get a touchdown, they're pretty much golden. Because it is a 2-point game here, so a touchdown and extra point would make it a 9-point game. That would pretty much end the game here. So touchdown wins the game. If the Packers can hold them to a field goal, it's only a 5-point game, and that would certainly make this game a little more spicy towards the end here. Like I said, I did pick the Eagles to win this game before, so it would make me 2 for 2 on the year, which again doesn't mean anything. Again, any prediction in week 1 is just a guess. Not basing it off anything. But here we go. 2nd and goal. Jalen Hurts hands it off to Barkley. Barkley looking for the touchdown. Is he in? It looks like he might be an inch short. Yep, marked at the inch-yard line. Oh, my goodness. He's going to have 4 touchdowns. They're going to hand it off to him again here. They're on the 1. They're going to let that clock run all the way down and probably, let's see if they do the tush push or if they give it to Saquon. I feel like you got to give it to Saquon. Try to get him that 4th touchdown. But first, they're going to let that clock run all the way down. This is it for the Green Bay defense. They have to make a stop. 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, and they're going to let that clock run all the way down and take a timeout with 1 second. There you go. So the Eagles take their 2nd timeout. Should be a 30-second one. Jadurna in the chat says mid-off. Yeah, I mean, again, these two teams, I mean, you could say mid-off, but it is week 1, so you got to remember you're going to see a lot of forced errors, a lot of dumb penalties. Certainly gave us a great game to watch, so I'm not going to complain. But yeah, I mean, definitely some great plays and also some really bad plays from some defensive backs missing tackles. 2 picks from Hurts. Love had that bad pick, and there's Howie Roseman on the sidelines, looking like his team's going to get a win here if they're able to punch this thing in the end zone. Again, they lost DeAndre Swift and Miles Sanders, but getting Saquon more than makes up for that. So here we go. Looks like they're going to do the tush push here, try to get Jalen Hurts his 1st touchdown. It's a long 1 yard though, and it gets jumped. The ball's out. Oh my goodness. And the Eagles recover Saquon, but it's going to be a 4th down, and the Eagles are going to have to kick a field goal. So Green Bay will have time to try a game-winning drive. Another bad snap. That's the 2nd bad snap of the game. Saquon luckily alert enough for the Eagles to get down on that ball. And, I mean, this is going to be the shortest field goal of all time for Jake Elliott. I'd assume the Eagles run this play clock out again and use their final timeout to try to, waste every second possible. And it looks like that's what they will do here. Might as well use them, right? So with 30 seconds to go, the Eagles use their final timeout, and they will be forced to kick a field goal to make it a 5-point game. So Jordan Love and the Packers will have an opportunity. And in this day and age where they call flags on, pretty soft contact downfield, you can easily get down, into field goal range. Well, I guess they need a touchdown, but into a good range with a pass interference call. And 30 seconds is plenty of time. Smooth Gaming says go for it. I don't know about that one. I wouldn't do it because, I mean, your center hasn't been able to snap the ball. And, again, I don't like that tush push call. I think they should have gave it to Barkley up the middle. I think he gets his 4th. But, nonetheless, Jake Elliott comes out for a chip shot. A lot can go wrong on field goals, too. Don't get me wrong. But I think Jake Elliott should hit this one. He's been very rock solid as their kicker throughout the last couple of years. And, again, this is as easy as it gets for an NFL kicker. 21 yards from the right hash. Snap, hold, kick. It is good. So we have a 5-point game. 29. Oh, and we have a flag. Hang on. Oh, my goodness. This one might be on Green Bay. Let's see. Oh, you can't get a penalty there. Oh, my goodness. Offsides defense. Penalty is declined, though, because it would not have been an automatic 1st down. So the field goal is good. So they're lucky it was an offsides and not a personal foul that would have gave an automatic 1st down. But, yeah, field goal is good then. The reason you decline that is they're not going to go for it anyway on 4th and goal. And why would you re-kick a kick that you've already made? So 29-34 now. 5-point game. The Packers will have a chance. Now, this will be interesting to see what they do on the kickoff here because, again, you can't squib kick anymore. And because you got to kick it in that certain line, kind of zone. And the only way to kind of squib kick is to let the other team know you're going to do it with, an onside kick. And you can only do that, I believe, in the 2nd half, maybe the 4th quarter. So we certainly won't see an onside kick here from the Eagles, but they're going to have to kick the ball in the air. probably just out of the back of the end zone, right? You don't want to give the Packers a chance to take this back. And with 27 seconds left, there's no point to really squib it and waste 5 seconds when, kicking it, it's 5 seconds. If there was like 10 seconds to go, that's a big 5 seconds. But with 27 seconds to go, you're just going to kick it out of the back of the end zone, I would assume. But let's see what they really do here. No reason to assume when we're going to find out what happens right about now. And there goes the kick. It's like a pretty high kick into the end zone. And yeah, that one's going to be returned, though. They're going to take it out. Might as well. Nothing there, though. Brought down at the 16-yard line. Great job by the Philadelphia Eagles special teams. That wastes some time. 22 seconds left. So here we go. Let's see if Love can make his staple in this league here. Big opportunity, but no timeouts and only 22 seconds. That's tough. That is really tough. So here we go. 1st and 10 here. Again, you got no timeout, so you got to bomb it down the field. First play is caught, and did he hang on to it? Jaden Reed caught the ball. That's out of bounds, and I don't know. The clock stops. I don't know if he hung on to that. It looked like, let's see the replay real quick. He's around midfield. Let's see, caught the ball. 1, 2, I guess so. I guess he came down with it. They're not going to review it. 1st and 10 here from midfield. 15 seconds to go. Love steps up in the pocket. He's getting brought down and pitches it back. He's got to get out of bounds, though. What a play. Josh Jacobs. Only for 4 yards there, but oh my goodness. Jordan Love was going to get sacked and found Jacobs behind him, able to pitch the ball to him. And it all comes down to this. 5 seconds. And oh no, Jordan Love is injured and he's in pain. He is in some serious pain. Let's hope it's just a cramp because he has been cramping up all game, but he is squirming around on the ground. You got to assume it's a cramp the way he's been cramping up today, though. Again, it's not hot there. It was mid-60s all game. Malik Willis, the backup quarterback, getting ready to go. And, oh, boy, that's not really the guy you want for a Hail Mary situation. Malik Willis, more of a running quarterback. And let's see what happened here. Again, Jordan Love couldn't find anyone open and was getting brought down. A great heads-up play to chuck that back to Josh Jacobs, who had his hands up ready for it. And barely got it to him, but it looks like he got twisted down. And it's got to just be a cramp, right? I don't know. He's in some pain. I mean, just a terrible sight to see here with, the second last play of the game. Your star quarterback goes down. Now he's sitting up. Just signed the $220 million extension. Now he's to his feet. Oh, and he's getting helped off. So he's walking with both legs, but his legs are just weak and nimble. The good news is it does look like a cramp, right? I mean, their center is also slow to get up, I guess, as well. So hopefully that's just a cramp. Yeah, the center's going to get off the field as well there. So Malik Willis, welcome to the game. 6 seconds to go. You need a Hail Mary here. Maybe one quick out route and then have 2 seconds for a Hail Mary, but I think they're just going to chuck it downfield. Heck, with Malik Willis's speed, maybe you just do some pitches, some reverses. Jordan Love stretching out on the sidelines. So, again, it looks like it's just some cramps there. Which, he's been dealing with all game. We saw him eating the banana and getting the massage gun all game long. But here we go. No timeout. 2nd and 6. 6 seconds left. That 2nd and 6 means nothing. A little bit past midfield, right on that NFL logo to close out the game. Again, pass interference is very easy to draw nowadays, though, so it might not be the last play. Here we go, Malik Willis. He does do the quick out route, and that is incomplete. So Dobbs, they tried to get a quick 3 or 4 yards there. They didn't. So 3 seconds, and now this will be the final play of the game. It all comes down to this. And wouldn't it be something? I would guess they did that quick out route to see if Love could come back in the game, but he's still on the bench. And he's not coming back in the game. So Malik Willis, this is up to him. He's got to have an arm to get the ball at the end zone from the 50, right? I don't know. We'll see if they can get blocking. They do. Malik Willis has plenty of time, and now he gets brought down. He isn't even able to get the ball out of his hands. A sack to end the game for the Eagles, and the Philadelphia Eagles take week 1 against the Packers, 34-29. What a game. What a fun game to watch. Thank you, Brazil. That will wrap up the early content for this NFL season. We will have our first action-packed day, Sunday, with a full slate of football, and then we will wrap up this week with Monday Night Football, which will be 49ers and Jets. But thank you guys so much for joining the stream. Again, leave a like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much. If you guys want to become members, be sure to check that out as well. As far as me, I think I will be back Thursday night for the Bills, my team, the Buffalo Bills, with Don. I will be with Don. The Bills will be taking on the Dolphins Thursday night in week 2. As we see Jalen Hurts going over to check up on Jordan Love, who's still on the bench sitting there. Man, oh man. So thank you guys for joining, and Jaden will end the stream pretty soon, so I'll just keep talking until he does. But yeah, thank you guys for joining this one. What a fun game. Again, shout out to Bubba and Poppy for letting me use their Peacock account for this game.